Welcome along to the Watchalong. This is pre-season. This is Manchester United against Lyon. This is at a very random time for us all. It's up in Scotland. It's the first time since 2010 we believe United are playing up north. Up north. And we have got such an amazing cast to get you through the game today. Callum Stone over there in the corner. How are you, Callum?
First time
You
I've
can
ever
clap
been
yourself,
applauded.
Callum. You know, yeah.
First time I've ever been applauded.
Nathan Ellington as well, former professional player, to give us that insight into what you look for in a pre-season. How many pre-seasons did you do, Nathan?
Oh my gosh, don't even remind me.
How many? It must have been a lot.
About 16, 17 of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the game kicks off at 2 o'clock, if you're wondering. Half an hour to chat about so much stuff, especially with Nathan here. I don't think we've asked you yet about the captaincy vacancy, Rashford signing a big deal, lots about Onana as well. I know you're very excited about that. And also you're wondering, hold on, are these are substitute teachers? Yes, we are. All the boys making their way over to America. In fact, in an hour's time, they fly out. So it is us three today, but they're going to be giving you content from abroad, which is going to be amazing as United go over to the USA. But where should we start? Maybe with the team news. As you can see the team there. I mean, you don't read too much into a team like this. Ten Hag starting with Kovar in net, Martinez and Varane. It's good to see them two. It's always nice to see them two in the centre-back partnership.
Good to see Martinez back.
It is.
Yeah.
Really happy to see him back.
We missed him, didn't we, Callum?
We missed him in a very particular game in the at the start of June, anyway. I think, but anyway, it's just not. Yeah, let's not talk about that. Yeah, it's great to see him back. He had a bad injury, didn't he, against Sevilla? So it's really nice to see him. Hopefully, doesn't have anything like that happen this season. They can get a sort of solid run all throughout the season. Them too.
Pretty solid back four, I'd say, Nathan. You got
Yeah.
Fernandes and then Wan-Bissaka playing as well. What do you make of that?
3 of the 4 that start normally, isn't it? So that's great to see. They're going to get their minutes. Shaw's already playing international games, so he's having a rest. You can see that as well. But I'd like to see a bit more of this Fernandes. I heard that he did really well at Preston on loan and played a season, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So he must be something. And I think he may be one of the 2 players that I have picked out of the younger boys to probably get more game time this season than what we thought last year.
Who else did you say?
Obviously Ahmad.
Yeah.
Ahmad is my guy. I want to see this guy play first team. I think he could, if he gets his chance, he could stake his claim on the right.
Really?
Yeah.
On the right.
Yeah.
This is big.
For who then?
For Anthony.
I think Anthony drops down. All right, what happens
He'll
with
play.
Sancho then? Do you think?
This is the thing. I think Sancho plays better on the right. Yeah. I think Anthony will play too inconsistent and then he'll come out and someone will have to take that chance. And I think Ahmad, if he comes in, he'll take his chance over the chance.
There was inconsistency between both, obviously Sancho and Anthony.
Yeah.
The right position is probably there to stake, isn't it? So, and if Ahmad can do that, I mean, he was great at Sunderland.
Yeah.
He scored against AC Milan as well,
Yeah.
didn't he? A couple of seasons ago.
In
Exciting,
Europa.
isn't it?
So
yeah.
and I know Romano, when we signed him, was absolutely huge on him. So he's an exciting player, and can't wait to. Hopefully, I can't see him going out alone again this season.
No,
I think
we
he'll be
can't.
at that. I think
really
he'll be at
hope
the club
not.
this year.
We have a lot of focus on who's coming in, don't we? And we get excited. But what you're excited about is those youngsters returning. Those youngsters that had a great season away because they've come back with fire in their belly. And there's a manager in Ten Hag who, you know, he loves to play youngsters or find those new talents, those new skills in the squad. It could be an exciting year for Ahmad then.
He fits exactly what what Eric Ten Hag wants. The press resistance up front, and he's got the timing. Like a lot of players don't have that timing where they wait for the player to get lured in and then pop it and move. He loves that. Ahmad loves people pressing him. He just pops it and gets around him.
Gets about it. Hannibal, Maino and Mount, the midfield. It is nice to see Mount just getting games for United, which would be great. But Hannibal as well.
Yeah.
He's an interesting one. I thought possibly is his time at United going to come to a close? You don't know because of his the different stories that you heard. But no, he's back with Ten Hag. He's playing in the mid. Again, maybe a youngster that finds his feet, do you think? Or?
I haven't seen enough of him. I've watched him a bit now, but I haven't seen anything that I can say, wow, I think he's going to nail down this position. I don't know what position he plays best at yet. And I'd just like to see more of him. The jury's out for me. I don't really know yet. And that's why I can't say. But when I seen Ahmad, straight away, there's certain things that you see in his game and you go, he's going to play.
Yeah.
Hannibal, I yet to see it. So that's me.
I'd probably agree with that. I think people that watch the academy who can comment, I suppose, on how good he is. I've not seen that much of him. I know there was a lot of talk when he first came, and I think he cost like £8 or £9 million. He could be, he was quite expensive. I think him, Fernandes, who's on playing from the left back today. Obviously, you've got Mainu, Ahmad, and obviously Garnacho. There's 5 there that 5 young lads, 4 of which have come from the academy, who. This is what pre-season's all about, isn't it? You put them in pre-season to either stake the claim into possibly going into the first team squad for the season, or do they try and get themselves a loan to sort of develop the game in senior football more? Hopefully, I could possibly see Hannibal going out on loan this season. I think Mainu's probably the guy that's coming in to the midfield this year from the academy. So, and Fernandes obviously did well at Preston last year, so I think he, obviously with Malacia injured, this is a really good opportunity. Yeah, Malassi's injured at the moment, so it's a really good opportunity for him to go, I want to try and get into that left-back fold. So hopefully they'll do really well in pre-season like they usually do. Before
we get to the attacking 3, big shout out to everyone getting in the comments nice and early. Danny Dude, I see you there. Hello Mohammed, good to see you. Daniel Morton as well. Mr. Jew, well done for getting in touch already, nice and early. One of the first comments. David Ellensworth as well. Hey, listen, we're here with you all game. Get into the comments, your thoughts, feelings about everything we talk about today. I'll keep my eye across them. Ahmad, well, we've got him down the middle.
Yeah, that's a weird
one.
He
may
still, I don't care.
Switch, but Anthony and Sancho are playing. So, does he make a claim for himself playing down the middle, or do you think in this game he might naturally float out to the right?
Yeah, I think he should float. He's going to end up floating out to the right a bit more again, but he can get goals anyway. So, what does it matter? All 3 of them. Probably best on the right. So it's a bit of a weird one. You're just playing all of them up and go, listen, just move between yourself or wherever you think you should go, just go, boys. Yeah. Learn, see who's in one position, you take up the other spot. I think that's what will happen throughout the game there. And as you said there as well with Fernandes, if you think about those 3, you got Fernandes, Hannibal and Ahmad. I think Fernandes, player of the season, Ahmad, player of the season for Sheffield. And then Sheffield? Sunderland. And then Hannibal, he wasn't player of the season, was he? He didn't set it alight like the other 2 did. That's why I'm looking at those 2 going, right, the next natural progression for those 2 is, can you stake a claim to get yourself more minutes in the first team? So that's what I'm really looking forward to. And again, I haven't seen Mount play yet for United. I didn't get to see the game.
The last game you were working,
I saw a little bit of the highlights of obviously dinking the ball over, nearly scoring, and good press. So I want to see more of him in there because I'm quite excited about that.
What do you make about Mount then? Did you like him in the last game? I'm seeing some nice praise about him working under Ten Hag already.
I'll be honest, I've only saw a couple of clips, and from what I've heard and read about him, he did play okay for us. Obviously, pre-season it's getting everybody fit at the moment, so it's hard to kind of judge really, especially at the moment. You sort of want to wait until the competitive football starts. I for one was really happy when Mount came in. I think maybe he was a little bit too expensive given the circumstances of his contract at Chelsea. But considering the original price quoted from Chelsea and what we managed to get it down to, I think it was a good bit of business for us. I think he'll do really well for us. And to be honest, pre-season now, the fact that we've got him in, which is something that we don't tend to, the fact that we've managed to get some transfer deals done fairly quickly, and obviously Onana's very soon, hopefully. You know, he's starting to learn his teammates how Ten Hag wants to play, and he's got in there early to be able to do that, which is something really refreshing to see. But you know, it's hard to judge so far. But from what I've heard and from what I've seen, he's done okay so far.
Get in the comments and drop us a like as well. Let's try and get to 500 likes. Let's have it. Let's also talk about the bench, the likes of Bishop, Harrison, Fish, Williams, Fred. I've missed out a name there because I'm building up to it. Donny van der Beek and Johnny Evans.
It's a nightmare having to put my reading glasses on to be able to see that screen.
Right. What do you make, Johnny Evans? A short-term deal has been done. I don't think we quite know how long that is. Is that 3 months?
1 month, 3 months.
That's true.
How do you know? Probably a month, isn't it?
If he impresses, does he get a year? Does he get 2 years? Do you think?
I give him a year. See how he gets on.
I think it depends on Maguire, doesn't it, and what happens there, really.
I'd take him in anyway because I think Maguire needs to get moving. Get some money for him.
Yeah.
And Evans is probably, I would say, I think he's better than him at 35.
Yeah.
I think he's always been better than him from day one. But like for him to come back in, even at this stage of his career, you're going to get press resistance. You're going to get left foot, right foot delivery into the front man. You're just going to get what you're supposed to get from a defender at this level. And okay, he might get done over for a little bit of pace sometimes, but I think his positioning is a lot better as well. His sense of danger is better, and playing around these players, it's just comfortable. I think that's a comfortable move for him to come in and be a squad player, of course.
I'd more, regardless of whether he plays or not, I think having Evans around the squad in general, especially for the youth players and the younger players that I'd be playing with, obviously throughout pre-season. I believe his deal is literally just to cover pre-season, so maybe a month.
Yeah.
But you know, considering
it's a good holiday, isn't it?
Hell yeah.
To America,
Why not?
Considering some of the players that we've obviously taken to, well, will be taken to America and who are there today in Edinburgh, I think Johnny Evans would be a perfect example of having him around and being able to show them, you know, the right examples and stuff. I think it's a good bit of business, and I think, to be fair, to be able to keep himself fit as well. Obviously, the relationship he's got with Man United from how long he was there in the past, and obviously from the era of Ferguson, himself being able to keep fit to possibly even get a move somewhere, because he's definitely still good enough to be in the Premier League. Especially with the promoted sides coming up. You know, there's definitely a quality defender there, and if we could have him, if Maguire does leave, it keeps that fourth spot open, and then I think what really we should be doing is obviously getting the priority positions for this season. But I actually think next summer, right centre back becomes a huge priority.
Well, Varane's going to be 1 year older.
And I think because Varane's obviously, you know, I love Varane. I think he's brilliant, but his injuries can become a bit of an issue, and he is obviously getting a bit older.
This season as well.
Well, this season as well. Yeah. So you know, if Maguire was to go, clear a bit of the wage bill, get some money in for him, and have Evans almost in as a stopgap option for the year, I don't see any issue with that. And then next year we go and sign a right centre back who we can, because obviously we know the budget needs to go onto the goalkeeper, which hopefully it is about to be, and we also know we need a striker, and that Højlund from Atalanta is possible. So if we can spend the money, the bulk of the money on those two players, you can spend the bulk of your budget next season on a centre back, and then progress your team even further and get it into looking like an even more Erik ten Hag team. So there's a bit of progress still to be made, obviously, but you know, the likes of Evans coming in for the season could really provide a stopgap and actually really help the team progress in the long run.
You're a very positive man, Nathan, but I've never seen a smile quite big on your face until we started talking about Onana and possibly completing his medical. If he does complete it, I don't think we'll know about it until a little bit after the game, because you know, United do like to hold stuff back like that to get the most impact out of a signing. But you were happy, put it that way.
Very happy. It's you know, we've been crying out to be able to play football from the back and trust our goalkeeper to pop it around. And the one side of De Gea's game, unfortunately, which he doesn't have at all, is with his feet. He looks like Sideshow Bob with his feet. You know, you got a player with gloves on, and he just doesn't look like a football player. You can touch the ball, and you just don't feel comfortable with him in there. Defending, shot stopping, great, but when it comes to that, we need that. And you know what? I think Onana is probably the best keeper in the world with his feet. In terms of his hands, the keeper's better. But definitely with his feet, from what I've seen, left foot, right foot, an array of ability to play the different types of balls. Even like grass cutters through the players. I've seen him do some crazy things. And he's going to, I wouldn't be surprised if he assists some goals next season.
He'll probably take corners. The thing is, though, the best way I could describe Onana is I was watching a clip the other day, and it was a group of Liverpool fans, and they were saying how Onana probably fits in between Ederson and Alisson. That's how good non-Man United fans think he is. The fact that, you know, I mean, you've just got to look at the Champions League final. He was breaking Man City's press just himself by playing the right passes. And, you know, look, I don't want to... I think people need to recognise there's a difference between abuse and criticism. There was many right criticisms of De Gea. He was a great servant to us ultimately, however... There was very, very clear limitations to his game, mainly being he couldn't pass the ball. It wasn't just being bad with his feet; he just could not pass the ball, and it was as simple as that. You know, he from the era of probably 2016 to 2019, he saved us. But my God, it's hit a point now where the game's moved on. We have a different manager now, and he was one that probably needed to be let go. The problem that there was with that is, United never seemed to know how to say goodbye properly, and it should have been done in a much better way. But ultimately, the game has to move on, and sometimes there's a ruthlessness that needs to be within football. You know, I've obviously never been a professional footballer, but I'm sure footballers are aware of that, to be honest. And you know, Onana is a huge step in the right direction, and hopefully can allow us to play how Ten Hag wants us to, which is hopefully a better league position or more trophies this season.
So,
Go on,
just wanted to add to that.
of course.
You know, Onana is not going to be a player who doesn't make mistakes. We got to realise that he is going to come with some mistakes.
Going to make mistakes.
That's what he's known for as well. But that's what Edison's known for. Alisson, Courtois, they all made big mistakes.
Some of them still do.
It's about how you limit that though, isn't it? I mean, if you limit those weaknesses by highlighting the strengths.
Yeah.
You don't talk about, you know, Alisson, I think, is the best goalkeeper in the world. Yet he's very prone to a mistake.
The Madrid game.
They both made mistakes. Courtois and him both made a mistake. But the good thing is when you look at it now, you go, okay, which poison do you want? I'm picking poison of like a softer goal going in than when we're in possession and we can't keep it.
Exactly. Because the thing is, the amount of goals that we actually probably conceded from De Gea kicking the ball back out and losing the ball in midfield because it went nowhere near a United play for them to come and attack and then them shoot. This is what I mean. Shot prevention surely will always overshadow a good shot stopping save.
On top of all of the silly mistake goals as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So you add them all together, there's a lot of space for him to go, you know what, I've got about 10 goals here before I get to the same level as the same amount of mistakes.
But that's another thing as well. Over the last few years, his shot stopping ability declined as well with De Gea. Look again. I hate how at the minute if Onana makes a mistake, there seems to be this sort of idea that everyone online is just going to go, well, De Gea would have saved that. Yeah. And it will happen. It will happen from certain parts of the fan base online, but. You are right, Nathan. It's what poison do you pick? Because it will allow us to completely play so much better. And hopefully with a couple more signs, obviously I know we still need a striker and things like that, but with those players playing and Onana at the back, the spine of our team at the moment is very good. We just need that one final piece, I think, up front. With that, you know, the expectation should rise, and rightly so.
Nathan, talk to me about pre-season then. As a former player, what happens in it? Like, as in, like, in the dressing room before games like today, like a nice friendly, is there still serious chats from the manager? Does he say what he wants to see from you? Is it more of a kickabout? What kind of happens?
No, you obviously first few games you've done a bit of your running, and you need to get something in your legs. Like straight away, your first few runs, you're just knackered. Like there's nothing you can do about it. Your legs turn to lead after your first proper run, and then it's like just let's get through this game. Let's win the game. But let's get through this game. And that's the way it is early on. For me, it was anyway. And we're playing at a lower level than these guys. But they have to also look good straight away and then look even better as the season comes to the end. For me, you wouldn't even recognise me as a football player in my first pre-season game. And then as it carries on, I get my whole pre-season in. By the end of it, you're still not fit enough to play full 90 minutes without getting cramp.
Right, wow.
So it is. It's another level. People don't realise.
I get cramp at 5-a-side. I don't know when.
People don't realise the amount of fitness levels that you got to get to. It's ridiculous. It's like if you think that's your limit, there's that more afterwards. But you don't know it's there until you reach that and then crack into it. Yeah. It's like, you know, like a baby inside the belly. Don't know that there's this world outside. And then the minute it comes out, it's, oh my gosh, there's all of this. Wow, I thought that was the max. Like, there's max after that, way more. So, yeah.
What about some of the places you visited? Did you go around different countries to play football in the pre-season?
Yeah, we went to Holland a lot with Wigan.
Yeah.
Went to Greece. Obviously, I played in Greece anyway, Greece, so had a pre-season there.
That was tough with the weather, especially in the midst of July. But that was
it was lovely. I love hot weather.
Did certain players like crumble a little bit?
But they all used to it. Like there's Brazilians over there, there's Argentinian players over there, and then there's the Greeks that they're used to it. So
I mean, I love the hot weather, but I don't think I could play football in 40-degree heat.
Could you imagine?
You know what? I love it. I love playing in heat. I don't like the rain and the cold. I can't play in that. I can play, but I don't like it. I hate cold.
Oh, brilliant. So get into the comments, please. Let us know where you're watching from as well, because we are around the world, nearly 2,000 of you watching, so smash the like button. Some people are saying that they're very interested in my new role of being quite serious. Normally I let Joe be serious, but I'm the serious one today. I'm the right Callum over there, Alexia. I'm the serious one today. So I won't be taking no shit. So it is me, Nathan, Callum, all the way through. Kick-off, 2 o'clock. Marcus Rashford yesterday.
Yes.
Signs a deal, signed, sealed, delivered. There he is behind our head.
Yep.
That's exciting. 5 years. I saw McCullough do the maths on Twitter, saying he needs to score 26 goals.
131, isn't it?
Yeah, 26.2 goals a year to break Rooney's record. A season, sorry. 26.2 each season for 5 years. He breaks Rooney's record. Are we looking at a record breaker in Rashford?
That's tough, you know.
It's
That's
tough.
tough. In 5 years?
In 5 years.
No, mate, in his whole career,
Yeah,
but not in 5 years. Look, Rooney was a proper striker. Like, he was a forward. And then he went out in different positions. And he's been, like, out in different positions from day one.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Rooney was sick, man. He was
Rooney
serious
was different.
levels.
And he, at 18, he had the same sort of start, didn't he? But he also was playing under Ferguson, who knew how to get the best of him.
Yeah.
Whereas Rashford's had an interesting ride with likes of Ralph and maybe other managers who just didn't click with him as such. Injuries as well sometimes have hindered Rashford. But you can't say that at the end of his career, he might be walking away with...
Could be.
Up there with United's biggest goal scorers.
Yeah,
I think, well, I don't know, because he scored 30 last season, didn't he? So if he keeps up that form, surely you'd think maybe 20 to 25 a year. So maybe not in the 5 years deal, but I could see it in his career, definitely. I don't think he'd ever leave Man United. I mean, there's no way. Grew up in Withenshaw, massive Man United fan. Yeah. You wouldn't. He's living every single Man United fan's dream. And, there's a reason why he gets so much benefit of the doubt. He grew up down the road from a lot of us. And the guy's just unreal in what he does off the pitch and on the pitch. So he's great. And, it fills a lot of Mancunians and Man United fans as a whole with a lot of pride, knowing that he's one of the first names on the team sheet every week, really.
I'm happy it's out of the way though, because there was that feeling of, what is he actually angling for something here?
There was a lot of talk about PSG, wasn't there? And I think that was probably the number one. I mean, the money they would have offered him. I think that says everything about how good he is. So if they were touting him as Mbappe's replacement, it says everything.
But that is the natural replacement for Mbappe. There's no one else in the same kind of position as him doing similar level of goal scoring.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no one left. There's not that many players out there now that when you look at it who are in them top brackets. I think he's one of the ones the closest to them kind of guys. He's obviously not Mbappe levels, but he's one of the closest to an Mbappe level, if you know what I mean.
Liam Priestley in the comments says, going to Benidorm tomorrow, lads, pick a player, and if he scores, I'll get a tattoo of his face on me. That's decent. Let's go. Hannibal looks like it would be quite sore with all of his hair. That could be quite an interesting one if he's got to get all the frizzles there. So let's go Hannibal. There you go.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah,
Hannibal, Fernandes got nice hair, luscious locks. That'll hurt.
It depends where you get it.
Yeah, that's true. Any of them three, Leon, and we need photographic proof as well.
Make sure you send that into the Twitter channel, and we'll have a look at that one.
Yeah, definitely do. DJ Booster watching from Nigeria. Dems Mob all the way from Birmingham. It's not as far away as Nigeria. Daniel Morton in New Zealand watching us. Wow. Martin watching all the way from Denmark as well. Dan checking in from San Francisco. We are only 7 minutes away from United's second pre-season game. We don't really know why it's in Edinburgh or why we're playing Lyon. But it's happening, isn't it?
It's very odd, isn't it? It's more strange that it's 2 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, everyone's still in school in England, and I mean, I know they're not in Scotland, but everyone's still in school and work, other than us, I suppose, we're watching the football. But it's quite an odd. It's weird seeing a game played in the day, in the midweek. It's very rare that ever happens. I know it's on pre-season, but it's very odd. I mean, I'd love to know why it's at Murrayfield as well.
Wow, watching the Murrayfield warm up now, and there is a bagpipe player stood on the top of Murrayfield, giving it his all. It's incredible.
A bit dangerous to me. It looks a bit dangerous.
I was going
to say
he's ahead of the bar thing as well.
Murrayfield is busy, by the way. I thought everyone would be working. It looks. I suppose we're Man United, aren't we?
Yeah, Man United were massive, aren't we? So there you go. That'll be why.
Where is Murrayfield, please?
Edinburgh.
Yeah, but what?
It's just outside of Edinburgh.
Whose pitch is it?
I think it's really used as
I think it's a rugby pitch. Yeah,
Scotland's national team play there as well.
Right, that's right.
I don't think a club play there.
Murrayfield.
My girlfriend went to see Bruce Springsteen there a couple of weeks ago. So gigs happened there. Okay. It's their probably biggest ground, isn't it?
I thought Hampden Park was.
It?
That's why I thought that's where we'd be playing. I didn't realise it was in Edinburgh until until about half an hour before I got here.
Yeah, if anyone has got any ideas in the comments, why are we playing in Edinburgh? Let us know, please. Let us know. Captain.
It's Lyon, yeah, is it? Weird.
Yeah,
it's not even a team from that area, no.
Captains. Harry Maguire stepped down. What did you make of that statement, by the way? Did you just sort of say...
Seen it coming.
Yeah?
Seen it coming. He knew he was going to lose it, and the only way to kind of not look so bad is to basically come out first and say what you're saying.
Yeah.
And you got to say you're disappointed. You got to say that. And then I think he's just hanging on to try and stick around as long as possible. But, if I was him, I'd do the same. Mm-hmm. I'd do exactly the same, because I feel like he's playing above his station. And I would feel that myself if I was him. Yeah. I'd know, wait a minute, this is a bit too much for me. But I've been given this, and I'm here. I'm at Man United. Like, anything that happens from now on is going to be a step down, and maybe not even Champions League football anymore, ever again. Yeah. So, do I leave Champions League football and never play it again? Or do I stick around and be a squad player and just obviously try and push and play my odd games when I get given the chance? Mm-hmm. Or do I say, see you later, I'm off?
Yeah.
I'm sticking around because I want that money.
It's right.
I want Champions League.
A lot of fans online do say, oh, well, he needs to leave, he needs to play football. But if you were in his position and played for Man United and had any kind of opportunity to play a few games, would you rather play a few games for Man United or go play 38 games a league season for Everton or whoever? Like, no disrespect to Everton, obviously, but Man United are just a different kind of kettle of fish, really. The scrutiny levels, obviously,
that's the
like
only
no
bit.
other. So it's...
That's the only bit that I wouldn't feel comfortable knowing I'm getting roasted by my own fans every week. And but not even just my own fans, by everyone, because everyone knows what I am. Yeah. So then I'll be walking around. It's not good for your mental state. So he needs to move for his mental state alone to get back in the comfort zone of playing in that mid-table teams, one of them mid-table teams. So where if he didn't make someone roasts him, it's normal. For them teams, it's normal, isn't it? That's where he needs to get back in. So then he'll just be comfortable playing the rest of his career, and nobody's gonna. It's not nice. I don't even like saying what I say sometimes, but I'm just looking at it purely from football perspective, and that's like, I'm like, I hope he doesn't hear what I'm saying. Yeah. And I know I'm no one to him, but I hope he doesn't hear what I'm saying about him. But this is football. He's not Man United level, and he needs to get back down them levels to just get back into that comfort zone where nobody's talking about him anymore, and he can just get on with his life and get on with his football and enjoy it.
Yeah, I wonder if he's getting any kind of reassurances from Southgate then, because he didn't play a lot of football for United last season, but his place in the England team just didn't seem to be affected. But I think now that Levi Colwill, I think he'll probably be first choice at Chelsea. So if that's going to be the case, then it's a serious threat to his position in the England team. And if that's going to be what happens from this season onwards, he's going to have to look at moving to keep his place. So it just depends on his ambition, I suppose. I mean, obviously he's at United, but it's whether he puts that first or his England career first. Because there'll be plenty of teams after him. I think.
Do you think so? Who will be after?
Chelsea have been a part of
I think there's plenty of teams that would want Maguire.
Why are they coming in?
I think because it's United, isn't it? They probably don't want to pay the wages that we pay. Because if it's the teams like West Ham, if they put down 30 million, it then becomes a really expensive transfer as well because of the wages that he'll want. So it's not. I feel like it's never an easy deal because of the things that Woodward did over so many years of giving people contracts that probably weren't deserved. We're then struggling to sell players, then, aren't we, for the right market fee because. Obviously they'd have to take a come down in wages, wouldn't they?
So what would you say is a normal? What would you say is the amount that someone should pay? What his value is, and then what is he on now? What 170 or something like that?
Yeah. So
what would you say he should be on, and how much do you think his actual value would be that someone is going to pay?
In comparison to other signings that I've made, you should be looking at least 40 to 50 for Harry Maguire, considering how many games for England he's played for Man United. He's got loads of Premier League experience.
Do you think someone will pay that amount?
Nah. Nobody will pay that because of his wages as well. I think we'd be lucky to get 30 million for him.
Right, I think he's worth 30 million.
Yeah,
and I think he's worth probably 100,000 a week. That's what I would say is what he should be getting and should be offered.
That money though?
No, but I can't see even anyone really. Yeah. I can see someone biting at that. I think Chelsea, with for fun of getting injured just recently, they may go, you know what? I'll take Maguire.
I think Spurs would be a good place for Maguire.
Spurs is interesting.
Again, he's similar to Dyer. So then having Dyer and Maguire together, that's going to be a recipe for disaster. I think that's really bad.
Well, yeah, true.
You know?
I think, I mean, I do wonder the Dyer thing. He seemed he was well loved by Mourinho as well, wasn't he? But he was a strange pick for me.
He's in midfield as well, and he's playing at the back.
It was Mourinho that moved him to centre back, wasn't it?
He's not left, and he's still getting games. Listen, we are just watching the teams out now. Lyon against Manchester United. They're doing the handshakes. There's many people on the pitch just shaking.
What's Martial doing down there?
Martial, on our stream.
Martial centre back.
On our stream, Martial centre back.
Yes.
Screenshot that, someone.
And he's on the bench as well. Lovely. He's in two places.
Oh, someone's messed up there.
Martial
in the graphics,
definitely not centre back partnership with Varane. That is. Is he even on the bench in real life? No, he's not.
It looks like he's not. Yeah. How does that work?
So Martial, everyone's commenting on it.
He's not injured.
Martial.
No, but it's looking like he's going to stay for another year.
Ain't looking like he's probably going to get injured tomorrow.
I have a funny feeling he's not on the bench, is he?
No, he's not.
On our list here, he's not on the bench, so I don't know if that's right.
I think he's still slightly injured from the hamstring he pulled against Fulham. I think he's still.
I've seen him in pre-season though in his kit.
Did he play?
He's on the pitch.
Did he play last week? I
don't think he
No,
played
he didn't
last
play,
week.
but he was in his kit in pre-season.
Possibly.
I mean, he may have been doing running, so he must be fit enough to run.
Yeah.
Won't be for long though.
It'd be interesting what he does. Ten Hag does with Martial. Carter says he's injured.
Is he?
Shakespeare says Martial's hamstring, guys. Says again.
Is it
no return date.
Seriously? Please can someone confirm that?
I know. Get it on, because we the striking. I mean, up front, it's just looking like if Onana signs now, that is the only spot really in that striking position. We think if we can get someone good there who's going to bang us goals in, then we look like a decent team going into the next window.
Well, it's like we're at home,
obviously.
I've got someone in mind.
Who?
No, but carry on, do what you did. You
won't
agree with me.
You're more interested in that than what I have to say.
You're the expert.
You won't agree with me. No one will probably agree with me. But I'm saying if we can't buy our proper striker in Kane, and again, if they're asking too much for Højlund, 70 million, that's a bit too much to try and go for him. If I'm Ten Hag, I'm loaning João Felix, and I'm putting him in one of those three, in any of those three. And I'm not, I'm loaning him because I'm not paying that kind of money for him.
Yeah.
I just want to loan him and let him have a season with us where he can play any one of those three positions. And again, I'm not looking at stats of just goals and he's not good enough. I'm looking at the player. My eye test tells me his technique's sick.
Yeah.
He does stuff out of the blue, which does defenders. And he links with people and they don't give him the ball back enough. When he was at Benfica, they played more to his strengths. When he was at Atletico, they played proper defensive and they didn't really support him. Then at Chelsea, the same thing. There was all over the place. But I still saw some great stuff that I can see him fitting into this Man United side with. So that's just me, and I can't wait to see my vision come true.
Yeah. Listen, United kicked off, by the way, just letting you know we're about a minute in. Glorious day in Scotland, not that so much down in Manchester where we are today, a little bit rainy before. They're having the nice sunshine over there. USA, that's going to be hot over there.
It's hot, yeah.
Temperatures are wild. Some points are like 49, 50.
Wow.
That is
it's like Southern Europe, isn't it? The whole of Southern Europe seems to have a heat wave apart from Manchester.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's
just pissing down in area. It's about 52 degrees in China and 49 in Greece, and
crazy.
And we're getting 17 and pissed down rain all day.
New York weather today. Let's see where I'm at, if I'm talking rubbish or not. Actually, I'm talking rubbish. It's going to be about 26 degrees there.
So is that it? It's not.
That's next week. Oh no, sunshine on 29 on Saturday. They'll have a nice time.
See, Ahmad is actually on the right there. So sometimes
so who's
they
down
do.
the middle?
I wonder if Anthony's.
I think they've put Sancho. To be fair, those three will probably, like you said before, the low float between each other.
Let's see where he is anyway now. Like as it goes forward.
Oh, nice! Is the first attack?
Is that Sancho in the middle and Anthony left? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Callum as well, pushing forward quite a bit.
Is he playing the CDM role or?
It looks like he's played higher up.
Love this guy.
I think there's 2-8s by the looks of it, possibly.
He's still leaning to the right there.
Man United Messi.
Who? Ahmad. United's Messi.
You see the way I'm saying the way he plays is he plays similar style. He's obviously not Messi, but he plays that style where he's untouchable on the ball.
You know, someone's just clipped up you saying he's like Messi there.
Nah. You can better bring it all together instead of clipping me. Take the whole thing.
People saying afternoon. The buttery biscuit base says, oi, afternoon, giants, afternoon, mate. Hey, do us a favour. There's near enough of you watching now. Get to 500 likes. Please whack the like button. The lads, Joe Smith, Jay, and all that on the way to America today to bring you all of the pre-season gossip, transfer rumours, and action as they're out there. I'll be going out there as well on the Thursday. Oh, go on. United on the play.
There we go.
Oh, he's a bit offside. Anthony. Oh.
You can't miss that.
How has he missed that?
He's kicked it right at the keeper. The whole left was open.
On his left foot as well.
Yeah.
That was a shocking...
The keeper poor pass there, innit?
That was that pass reminded me of someone from last season, I think.
Yeah. Oh, he's onside.
He's
he
onside.
should have scored
He
that,
really should have
Anthony.
scored that.
So
Big chance at the start of the game.
You can
Anthony
lift it
seems
as
to have
well.
started on the left as well.
Yeah, maybe you can lift that. I don't know. Maybe he could have lifted that. Let me see if it's not as easy as he... Now, to be fair, you know what?
Keeper had it covered.
Keeper covered
really
the bottom.
bad,
he could have
bad
only
mistake.
lifted that and hoped that it goes in. It would have gone in.
Yeah,
But,
corner for United. Come on, nice little goal. Get this fans cheering. Someone says, where's that one? Daniel Rowland says, hi lads, I'm in New York right now. And it's humid. So that'll slow the game right down on Saturday. What number is Johnny Evans, by the way? Someone's asking. Do we know what number he's got?
I don't think he's even been given one yet, has he? I'm not sure, to be honest.
Let me know. Yeah, someone just
I'm
wondering.
starting today, won't he? So
Well, to be
he
fair,
must have
Phil
something
Jones
today.
has left, so number 4, I reckon he'll be given.
Oh, yeah.
Will he
Number
take
four.
that,
Imagine
yeah?
not a good number 4.
Look at the pressure.
Go on, nice pressure.
Uh-oh, there
Here we go.
Oh, was that Ahmad as well?
Fingertip save.
Okay.
Ahmad.
I think bottom left may have been the only place. Let me take a look at that again at the angles, what I would have gone
He's
for.
got a strong left foot.
Yeah, he has, yeah.
Can he do anything on the right?
Yeah, he has as well. He uses his right.
He's
He's
both
not
footed,
He's not
isn't he?
Anthony. He's not like Anthony, but let me see.
His pressure there was
You
brilliant.
can see the clear
The
difference.
angle was a
already,
good
though,
angle.
can't you?
Yeah, the good angle, to be fair. Again, that's another tough one. Keeper's made himself
The
positioned correctly.
They're literally all over them. The pressure and the pressing on the balls.
Oh, nice.
So much
Yeah,
different.
He's covered the near post and the far post there. That is done well. The angle
Ahmad's
is-
the one to watch then this season.
Yeah.
This
Watch
pre-season,
this
sorry.
guy. Watch
Oh,
this
nice.
guy. I'm telling you.
Hannibal with a bit too much of a stronger touch there. Bring
Mount on the
out.
ball.
That mountain number 7, I like it, you know.
I like Anthony on the left.
I was
Number 27 is Evans.
I wonder if they're playing like this just to actually see
Yes.
how he plays on the left.
Where's that? There we go.
Oh, Ahmad nearly with...
Ahmad.
Ahmad nearly with his... You would have thought he'd had 2 by now. He's getting in nice pockets, nice positions.
Yeah.
Hannibal got me credit there. He either left it by accident on purpose to feed Ahmad there. I think he left it on purpose, but look.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
looked like he
Little
done
shout.
And I like that from Anthony though, because you don't know what he's going to do now that he's on the left.
Yeah.
We know what he's doing on the right, but
Oh,
now
it's a solid ball
I
in.
do wonder
delivery.
then. The thing is, you have Anthony and Rashford for the left, and then you have Ahmad and Sancho for the right.
yeah.
I think that really could work.
And Rashford up front as well.
Rashford will probably, I
Play
think,
up front.
start the season up front.
Nacho?
Up front, you think straight down the middle, Rashford?
I'd put him straight down the middle for now. 'Cause,
I think he's a good enough number 9. I think, like you said before, there's been such a topsy-turvy ride so far with him because of the managers and obviously the last few years with United in general, but which is probably why he's been on the left. But there's no harm in putting him down the middle, especially at the moment with obviously Marshall being injured and still unsure about Hoyland coming in. So is that how you say his name? Is it Hoyland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a J. There's no J's in there.
Because you know the media will straight away go Hoyland, Haaland.
Hodgland.
Oh, nice. Oh, he's got... Oh, what's his
good
pace like?
pace, that.
Hannibal,
Get
get in the
that
middle
in.
there. Oh, needs a
look
better
it.
ball. Could have found him.
Needs
We're
a bit
all over
more pace.
Lyon.
Needed a bit more pace. That.
Hold on, what's Leon's badge there?
I know, it's shocking, isn't it? I think they changed
Big
it.
O and an L. Have you seen that? Let me try and get that.
We're all over him though.
Yeah.
But we're pressing them so quickly. It seems it must be something that they've been working on in training
Yeah,
because you can see the intensity levels already compared to last season.
Is that their correct top?
I love that new kit, by the way, Man United. I love the black along the lines and that. Looks nice.
It is nice. I don't buy the player version though because obviously it's skin tight and I don't think it'd fit.
Play
me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I have to do a bit of work in the gym.
Right. Well, whatever I'm looking at here, the new kits is not what they're wearing now. Their kit now just has a big O and an L on it. Look, can you see it?
That's
It looks
horrendous,
a bit,
isn't
Can't
it?
see it.
Wait till it turns.
Turn
Looks
and
a bit-
face, mate.
Yeah, it looks a bit, looks a bit dodgy.
Is that Lauren?
Is that Lauren Ball?
It is as well.
Yeah.
I didn't realise he was manager.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well.
Oh no, it's uglier than that. It's not even in a badge. It's just the letter O and an L. Maybe it's a training kit.
There'll be a closer to set. Horrendous.
Looking all right so far. Nearly 10 minutes gone.
Andy's back on the right. What's going on here?
Lovely sunny day in Scotland.
Which is bizarre in itself.
Yeah. Let's see that link up mountain.
Oh, they're away.
Oof. Come on, let's see what you can do.
Oh, don't be silly.
Martinez solving it as usual.
Diving in too much, Martinez. He needs you fit.
That's what I mean, pre-season friendly though, and look at, like, he's just like rabid, isn't he, Martinez? He doesn't care. Something we've missed for years.
Someone's watching from Lyon as well. Teleguito.
OL like that, okay. Massive OL.
I really like the look of that Fernandes. I think he could be a great left back.
His hairstyle, or
no, just as a. I don't think. I mean, I've never had hair that long. I've not even got a hairline, so.
He looks like he could be alright. I want to see a bit more of him.
Yeah, definitely.
This Kovar looks like a decent. He won the league with Sparta last year, didn't he?
Is that what happened? He's come back now.
Yeah, and he's obviously back off loan. But I think there was.
What? Who do you think you are?
Kovar. He's making his claim, isn't he, to be second choice keeper?
He's a great ball playing keeper. Yeah. That was one thing. One thing from the last game.
Let's see what you got, lad. Let's see what you got. Find him. There we go. Lovely. One more.
Oh, lucky. That was the right idea. But yeah, there was a lot of talk about in the first pre-season game that Kovar was doing a lot of sweeping and playing out from the back, something that obviously we didn't do a lot with last year. And his calmness on the ball was really notable in comparison.
Did he play last game? He did.
I think he played the first half of last game.
Okay.
And he was sweeping, picking the ball up, passing it out from the back. He was really good, I heard.
Yeah. So I'm looking at him now.
I think that the noticeable difference at the back is obviously the goalkeeper at the moment.
Yeah.
Kovar.
Play him in.
He's one of the year
Hey, we're going to score, surely. These guys are letting us do what we want.
This is a crazy game of football. Well, you got to think, he's looking increasingly likely Dean Henderson maybe going back to...
Oh, lovely.
To Forest,
maybe going back to Forest. That would mean a lump sum of cash, 20, 30 million, who knows what.
Yeah, that'd be lovely.
So then Kovar says, right, I want this. I want the second...
Young as well.
But that's another thing, it's like we were saying about before, Dean Henderson's easily a £40 million goalkeeper, but we're looking at getting a cut price 20 million because of the wages he was given as a second goalkeeper.
He got that new deal, didn't he?
He got the new deal for 120, 30 grand a week. And now we can't get any more. It was really...
Oh, here we go.
They're in behind again.
What's happened? Where's Leon's defence here? Why are we not 3-0 up?
That's what I mean.
We really should be 3 or 4
These boys are crazy. Sorry. Here's a question for you. Where's Eric Bailly? Is he injured as well?
He's gone, hasn't he, Barry? Is he not gone?
He's not gone yet. Apparently he's available for £2 million.
What? So I'd take him.
We have done no good deals really recently.
2 million. That's nothing. That's like back in the day, man.
He's still 29 years old. He's still got 3 or 4 great years left.
I think we've made about £5.5 million from sales this summer. That's it.
Really?
And City get £20 million for academy graduates.
Yeah.
That have played in League One, and we struggle to get $1 million. Well,
crazy, isn't it?
It is very strange.
Let's have a little look at this. We're dominating the game.
Totally.
It really has. It's literally just been all us, hasn't it?
It's attack versus defence right now. You defend, we'll attack. Give us a ball back.
Is it hard to get motivated for a game like this?
No.
Really?
It's not hard to get motivated for pre-season games. It's lovely. You haven't played a game in so long, and then you're coming back and you're like, I just need to play. I just want to play. This is amazing. No, but that's what happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
Their last game of the season was obviously against whoever it was at last game at Old Trafford. Fulham.
Go on. Mount.
So they're going to love playing. This is it. For me, I just love playing, innit? So a lot of these players, they just love to play.
Yeah.
It don't matter who you're playing. Well, it does.
They're probably just happy being back playing football, aren't they?
Of course.
Yeah. But it's on a nice pitch. You're playing against a proper team. That's the games that you want to play.
What would you normally do if you had on your break, holiday, chill out? Would you still run? Would you still?
Yeah, you have to.
You have to. Yeah.
You have to keep moving, doing something. So like playing tennis or.
I'm assuming there's a level
swimming.
of fitness that you have to keep up.
Yeah. That's for your first 2-3 weeks. Then you have to get into your regime of running, so you're ready for pre-season. So there's a level that you need to be back at.
Would there not be a plan that the club would give you to keep up? Yeah.
So let's say last game of the season, they'll give you a bleep test. They'll check your yo-yo tests and check your levels, check your fat, and then when you come back on the first day, you'll do your yo-yo test to see where you are compared, and also see if you've gained anything compared on your fat. And then you'll either get the weekend off or you're going to be running on the weekend. So yeah, that's how it used to be for us. So and most clubs, I've been at so many clubs, like it's pretty uniform doing that kind of stuff. I know it's been quite a while now. I wonder if there's any like new developments that they've done.
Through again.
The keeper not even coming out. Are you stuck to your line? So yeah, but they look pretty fit, United players. So
I always try not to get too carried away with pre-season for obvious reasons. But
yeah.
I do think we might win the league after watching the first 12 minutes.
Without the first team.
Without the first team. When you do look at the other teams in the Premier League, it's going to be a pretty tasty competition.
It's going to be a good season, but obviously all them are improving themselves as well. They've obviously all made recruiting as well, and United are still stuck on only the first signing, obviously waiting for Onana to be announced. But there's still definitely more work to be done. But you can see the progression so far. And they've obviously been working hard in pre-season, because don't forget, we obviously played 2 games a week, pretty much every week all season last season. Yeah. So with a good pre-season as well, and obviously last Europa League games and stuff, there's no harm in.
Yeah, and also the World Cup in the middle of it.
It was a really strange season, wasn't it? So Ten Hag probably struggled to get his ideas down completely, really.
What's Martinez doing up there?
Put him in.
Cheeky Martinez.
Left side. Shoot. There's the time. Playing back.
Martinez on the dig.
There we go.
Oh, no.
Love that.
Oh, that was nice from
Martinez is loving it. Martinez, for those not watching, he's right in the box.
Love
making
that.
Making a claim for that striking position.
I love the fact that I don't know what Anthony's doing now. While he's on the left, you don't know where he's going to go.
So you think that's something he's been working on, maybe to try and...
Yeah, he looks a little bit more comfortable there.
Oh, this is nice.
Oh, I love that.
Nice
cut inside, whip that far right.
Come on, Sancho, do something.
Oh, you can't do it now. Play
come on, don't lose it.
No, he's not. Now he's going to lose it.
Just got stuck on his feet there.
Come on, we need to score here.
Mainu. There we go.
Mainu again.
No. Oh.
I thought he'd have played that further over.
He's got his visa in time to meet the squad at Manchester Airport. We don't know yet. We're hearing that the medical was delayed, weren't we, Callum?
Yeah, Romano tweeted before that there was a delay in his medical, but there's nothing to worry about. It's just taking a little bit longer than usual.
He stopped off on Greg's on the way.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
A little bite to eat.
Show us something.
A little spicy chicken burger.
Love this football, man. Oh.
It's proper fast-paced, quick passing.
It is. It's very nice.
Really nice.
I'm happy.
We got ballers who can do that now. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Onana says, Nathan, take me out for a meal in Manchester. Where would you take him? Where would you wine and dine? Like, show him up. It doesn't even have to be posh. It can just be someone that's
Paramount.
Brilliant. Paramount. Don't take him to the Wetherspoon. No.
That'll be the true taste of Manchester. That's what he's done.
What's that Turkish place called? Is it Etçi Mehmet?
Oh, Etçi Mehmet, where the guy slices everything up. Yeah. Basically feeds you like that, doesn't he?
It's no, that's Etçi Mehmet is the real one, isn't it? I'm talking about the other one, which is in...
shouldn't have dived in Lyon or through here.
Next to Nando's.
Oh, yeah. Oh, crikey.
We got away with that
one. Oxford Road, sorry.
Where they got that burger with the cheese that comes out of it and all that.
It's got everything, mate.
It's a nice place in there. Did a review in there once. Go on. Oh. Here we go. Lyon having their first little spell of the game. Obviously, this is a test for them.
Their first attack, really, after 15 minutes.
It really is.
They better not get a goal now, because we've just been shooting, and they've had chances.
I mean, it highlights something though, doesn't it? Shooting. It should be 4-5-0 up. Yeah. There's no striker. Anthony should have scored. Ahmad should have scored.
Yeah.
You'd like to think a clinical striker there puts those away and.
Yeah, they'll do something out of the ordinary. Like that one Anthony had, could have dinked it. Where obviously you try and go bottom corner, it's going to be covered. You try and go other side, it's covered. So the only way you could have scored that was when he was falling, you're dinking it up, and you're hoping that goes in, and it would have gone in. I think the other one, a bit difficult, but Sancho.
Listen, get to the comments. What we've made of the first 15 minutes so far.
Is he off?
Want to read out your reviews? Nice little push here from United, try and get the first goal. Do something.
He does slow. He can slow
all the way back. Who's that to?
Bloody hell.
He does slow it down sometimes.
Starting again,
doesn't he?
What, Anthony?
Yeah, he can slow it down sometimes. Yeah. I wish he had that little bit more urgency sometimes.
I wish
can be a little frustrating.
The problem with him is, like wingers, the whole game is to get isolated and do something. And it's like his game isn't. It's like his game is it's better to just get the ball, pass it to someone and then move, and then get it back on the other side of him. Whereas you get Saka on the ball, he gets on it. You just want to get him the ball quickly so he can face a defender. Like now, that's what you want to see Saka. Then everyone's scared. Now he's done what he needs to do this time. Let's see.
That was
that's
the
what
right
you want
idea.
to see more of. Yeah,
that's what I mean. Quicker thinking, runs and passes like that would be perfect. He does sometimes take his little bit of time, and it can slow the play down.
Yeah, just got to decide. And I want to see him. If he had the both options of down the line as well, then everyone would be scared. But when you keep giving him the inside, okay, you're going to cut inside, are you? Okay, cool. You're not coming down line.
Everyone knows. I think that's the thing with obviously putting him on the left today.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what's going to happen. Whereas if he's on the right, everyone knows he's always going to cut in. So you just show him onto his right foot.
Yeah.
Daniel Morton says, I agree with some of the lads, what they said earlier. Haven't quite seen the talent of Hannibal just yet, but hopefully can prove us wrong. Daniel, thank you very much. Leaves a like on the video as well. Gets that 500 like mark. 130 off. Come on. Pump that up. Then we could tell Joe Smith we did all right whilst he was away. Matt says, loving the show. Then Kapoor says, you can see all our attackers are used to playing the ball through to Rashford. All the passes are a step too far ahead.
Yeah. The pace in it, the pace to get onto the end of it.
Do we know when? Sorry, mate. Do we know when Rashford and Shaw and all them are returning to Preseason?
Oh, it will be in America.
It's America.
They'll be in the American.
Yeah. They need to, because you remember the fuss last year, and it was the start of the downfall for Ronaldo when he didn't go.
Yeah.
And then all them fans who spent a lot of money in Thailand and when they went to Australia to see Ronaldo, there was a lot of disappointment that he wasn't there. But I think it is sort of in your contract that you need to go to these events because the marketing events just as much as.
Yeah,
obviously for fitness as well. But there's money to be made, isn't there?
Yeah, I think the main thing is just because they played international football, so they've got to get their extra time so they can rest. Otherwise, they won't have the same rest as everyone else. So you just got to stagger each player. Like, okay, you was playing international just till the other day. You still got to have 2 weeks off. So go on holiday, come back. Go on holiday 1 week, come back, and then you're joining us. You've been here this date, so you're doing that too. You ain't playing until this next week. I will let the younger boys play for now, and you guys come back because they're not going to lose too much fitness. No. You get what I mean? So when you stop playing, it only takes like a month to lose your match fitness. So 4 weeks and your match fitness is gone. So you're back to struggling again, like proper pre-season. So, but with them, they played like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. So it's not even like anything's happened. So just getting a nice little break. And then a continuation again, really. Yeah. So that's what they're going to get.
Confidence of Manu's unreal.
Just having a look at that. I know you can't really see it there, but I'm having a look at the Arsenal United game. Pretty much looking like it'll sell out 82,000 people in New York.
Arsenal United. Yeah.
Arsenal United. Yeah. That's on Saturday. We'll be doing a watch-along. Were we doing a watch-along?
10 p.m. Yeah, 10 p.m.
Yeah, he's giving the ball away. What was that?
Lyon on the attack.
Oh, that might have been handball.
Looks like they were calling for handball.
No VAR here.
No VAR. Next.
Let's go, Ahmad.
Come on. Score a
goal.
Do
something. I don't know why he's playing on the left though. Get back on the right, lad.
Yeah, put him on the right.
This is the one thing I don't like though. We got too many on the wrong side.
Yeah.
So Anthony goes on the left. He might actually be more better on the left. You got Sancho, who's on the left, should be on the right, and then you got Ahmad, who should be on the right. We can't play them all on the right, so...
We play Real Madrid as well over in America, don't we? Do you remember, was it last season or the season before when there was about 120,000 people in LA watching us for a pre-season friendly?
Yeah, it's going to be 1 a.m, isn't it? Kick off that one.
They do that every year, don't I think one pre-season they go America and then the next one they go Australia and South Asia, don't they? They need to do it every year. It's like a chop and change kind of thing.
When you find a place that you really like, I don't know, but we at Wigan, we found this place in Netherlands, and we just kept going there, kept going there, and playing these teams in Netherlands.
Yeah.
So it was good.
Did you learn from them? They learned from you?
No, it was just I guess obviously the different type of football. We noticed the type of football was different.
Handball.
Wasn't
handball. No. By the looks of it, it looked like it just rolled under him.
It's different kind of football that these teams play. Like playing the Spanish, you can't touch them. The referees in Spain, if you go to Spain and play them there, the minute you touch them, and the ref's blowing for everything. But then they come to England and they try and dive, nothing.
No, get off.
Referee! No. Tranquilo, all the time. Little cheaters. That's the annoying part of playing them. And then when you play teams from Holland, they pop it around all slow, waiting for you to come in.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's bam, 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 bam. I'm like, wow, this is different. But that's what they play, possession football. It's so nice to see that, like, it's like different cultures in different countries, different football.
Yeah.
Completely. So, yeah.
What was it like with teams and squad players? Do you have the one player that you played with the most in terms of in your squad? Did you ever follow them around? Did you ever rejoin? Rejoin with players? Go, what are you doing? It's good to see you back. Like,
I played. So I went to Bristol Rovers, and these two players came. One player from Chelsea, one from Leicester. I can't remember the Chelsea boy's name, but anyway, the one from Leicester, he came. His name was Jordan Stewart, and so then I leave there. I leave Bristol Rovers. He came there on loan, and I leave Bristol Rovers. Went to Watford. And then he's there. He's played. And then I go to Greece, and he goes to Greece. Then I come back, and I go to Derby, and he's at Derby with me. I'm like, my goodness me, we've played at so many teams together.
That's quality.
Lovely. Did you have a manager that sort of loved you and always signed you? Or
Paul Jewell.
Paul Jewell, I know he liked you at Wigan, didn't he? Yeah,
and Ian Holloway actually wanted me to go back to... Remember when Blackpool went up, and they did really well, scoring loads of goals and that? So before they went up and he got the job, and I was kind of having a bit of time where I wasn't really playing and I needed to go somewhere and play again. And he got the job there and he's like, he wants me to come. Wow. But I didn't want to go there because it was not the nicest of places to go. The stadium wasn't, it's like it was half done. Yeah. The training ground wasn't that good. I was like, I don't really want to go there. And then they went up. And I was like, can you call him back, please? He's like, nah, it's too late now. So I was a bit peed off from that. But what can you do?
How was that? Last time I spoke to you, you were going to play a game for Wigan, like a little Wigan friendly. What happened there? Was it good fun?
Yeah, it was fun. I couldn't walk for a week after, so flipping my Achilles fell off after the first whistle, 1 minute in. I wouldn't even do nothing. I just started jogging. I was like, ooh. I made it through like to 80 minutes. Should have scored, to be fair, but I was actually nursing a thigh strain, Achilles injury, and something else. I don't even remember what it was, but after that, I'm telling you, I was in pain for a whole week.
Sounds like the excuses I use when I miss
I know I would have scored. It's one of them feelings that I did a really good move, touched it to the right foot, and then I was like, I know I'm going to hurt myself here, but let me just hit it anyway. I banged it over. Like I was like, oh.
Funny that.
But yeah, we lost anyway. We got bad. We're bad 4-0.
Who scored for them? Did they have
Valencia was in my team.
Yeah.
Not Enzo. You know.
Did you speak to Valencia?
Yeah. I was the manager. I was actually manager. The manager didn't turn up for our team. So like, I was like, right, Valencia, you're playing here. I'm here. You're there. And they had obviously Martinez as manager because that was the manager who was there when they won it. So they had Emerson Boyce and all the boys, all their boys was all the younger players. You know, so we're playing against all these younger players. And the funny thing is, 25 minutes, we were the better side. We had the better chances. I should have scored 2 goals. And then, referee, Mark Clattenburg, comes and and he gives a penalty away for a shot and it hits the guy's hand. Yeah. He's not even moving. It's hit his hand and he's giving the penalty. I'm like, you've just ruined the game. We're 10 years older than these guys. And you've given a pen. The minute that went in, bang, 4-0. See you later.
Did you ever have a referee you didn't get on with? You don't have to name him, but is there any referee that you didn't like?
No, I'm just kept myself to myself when I played football, to be fair. So, whoever that referee was that sent me off the one time in my career, he's the one I don't like. Whoever he is. I don't know. I lost.
That's
we
the
was
only
playing
time.
Arsenal.
Only time, red card,
Yeah, he was playing Arsenal in the Cup, West Brom. Don't know what cup game it was, but they were playing their 21s. And remember Ali Adair? He was playing, and a few of them other young boys while Wenger was in there. And it got to extra time. I was like, yes, I'm going to get a penalty here. I'm going to score my pen. And you know when like the fullback goes to knock the ball up the line, and then you got the defender who slides across. So I slid across, and he's gone, fell on the floor pretending that he's hurt. Oh, no. I'm like, what are you doing on the floor? So the guys, I come with a red card, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're giving a red card for that? That's at least, yellow card. Yeah. Not a red. What? And I got sent off. Straight red.
Did you go to penalties in the end?
Yeah, it went to penalties and we lost.
Oh. I love the confidence though that you'd score the pen.
Like, he never misses pens, did you?
I'd be terrified.
Yeah. Right, let's Say hello to Vic James, who's just joined the academy here at Stretford Paddock. Good welcome. Let's read out some of your comments. Aaron Davis. Go on. Aaron Davis says he's seen Ten Hag screaming at Sancho all the time on the pitch. Esri Ibrahim says Sancho should really learn when to pass the ball and not dribble into no man's land. Yeah. Let's have a look at some other comments. David Ellingsworth says Martinez is the dog's bollocks. Love him.
So good.
Mighty Man says he's not watching it, but are we playing well?
We are.
We are playing well. We should be 3 or 4 nil.
I say we should be 3 or 4 nil, which is upsetting, but we know, crack on.
You can see it's a pre-season game. Like there's just not that.
Yeah,
You can just it's full of you can see there's loads of families there. The atmosphere doesn't feel the same.
There's a couple of vuvuzelas kicking about. I tell you what was the worst experience for me ever. And I'll say
Megs. Well done,
Anthony. I went to see. No, it's for an amazing cause, obviously, but Soccer Aid at Old Trafford.
Oh, that game recently.
Yeah. I hated every minute of it. Everyone had those vuvuzelas. Everyone was wearing blue because that's the colour of Soccer Aid. So blue at Old Trafford looked disgusting.
Yeah, but that
was just like, this is not for me. And it was so annoying. Every minute these kids making the maddest noise I've ever heard. I was like, oh God.
I think I'd have left. That'd have drove me mental. That.
Wasn't that thingy up front? Usain Bolt.
He was good. You know, it was causing
he was pacing out. Who did he get injured? Was it Gary Neville?
Yeah.
That was funny. Right, this is what I want to see. On the left, what can you do? Can you just get down the wing and cross it in?
He looks like he wants to still cutting on in his right.
Yeah,
even though on the other side he wants cutting in his left.
This is what you want to see. Cut inside, get your shot.
Coach Zach Purist with a super chat. Hannibal looking amazing so far. We better not sell him. He just says, also, just someone to keep your eye on. Just noticed Mason Greenwood listed on the first team players website for the first time again. Don't know what's happening there. We'll keep an eye on that. And nothing happening there, really, do we know? Going on loan, we've heard, which we think might be the end of it.
What I do know is if he's back in the squad, we don't need to think about a striker. That's for sure.
Really?
Nah. He's got too good. His finishing is too good, man. That's the level of finishing that we need. And there ain't no other strikers out there with that kind of finishing. I was talking about... Højlund, obviously, if you're paying 70 million, and we've seen what he's done, and you look at the eye test as well, you don't see like the high difficulty kind of goals yet. You don't see that yet, so you don't know you're gonna get that from him. Again, I was asked about Ivan Toney. Would you take him? I was like, not really, because he's another one that you don't see the high difficulty goals. You see penalties. You see, obviously, he's in a good side. You see some good goals, but they're not like, oh my gosh, that's an amazing goal. Yeah. The kind of Van P goals or the Aguero kind of goals or the Van Nistelrooy, Rooney. Do you see them kind of goals? You could get off your seat. And that's what Greenwood did give us when he was playing.
But
he scored a number of those goals.
A year off, 18 months off, for any player, does that not affect anything?
What? Affect his finishing? No.
Just affect his progression?
It'll affect his fitness levels. So that will change. Obviously, he'll need to get fit again. But you know football. You always know football. Yeah. I haven't played in how long? I still know how to play football. It's just that I'm injured all the time. I can't move. But he'll still know how to play, how to shoot a ball. He'll never lose the ability to shoot a ball. That's the last thing that goes. When your legs can't even, gather up the strength to move it. But it's still be able to score.
It's a hard one to discuss, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Obviously,
it's Ten Hag's going to United, and he's had a tricky time.
Yeah, he really
Ronaldo
has,
straight away, causing a bit of murder at the start of pre-season, then had to get rid of him by the middle of the season. The Glazers wanted to sell, and you got to think if your boss is, the relationship between the fans and your boss is so toxic, and he's got to deal with that. Greenwood stuff, Maguire being captain, De Gea leaving. Ten Hag has been tested as a manager, and he still will be tested.
He'll still be tested, yeah. But the thing is, you can say with confidence is that he's probably got every decision right. The Ronaldo thing was his biggest test, I think, for a lot of it, and he dealt with it perfectly.
Yeah. Every single thing.
Obviously, it was quite. The thing is, a lot of people gave him criticism online for the things of, he's saying that he wants to keep De Gea. He's like, well, in public, he's probably saying something very different in private. He said that. He said only the other week that Maguire would be his captain. Yeah. That's changed. He said that he wanted to keep De Gea for next season. That changed quickly. He said that he wanted to work with Ronaldo. That changed. He's obviously that football is a media train. It's a whole PR thing that he has to go through, and he's obviously said the right things out in public, but his internal battles that he's had to face at Man United is obviously dealt with very differently.
Yeah.
And I think that's what some people need to remember, that he's done everything right so far, which is why you should probably leave him be.
Yeah. Just a super chat from Frank Underwood. Specsavers are sponsoring the ref shirt. Is that funny? Yeah, it's quite funny. But he got some of the decisions right though. He didn't get the handball. It wasn't a handball. So it
didn't look like it was handball.
You can't say he got out wrong.
It is a nice kit, that, isn't it? It's
like
growing
it.
on me.
Do you think? Yeah.
I'm not. I don't know the away one, but I'm not. If it's the one that I've seen that's leaked, the green
the
one,
black and white one,
or like the blackish greenish one, whatever it is, it's not for me, that one.
I just don't like the red one. That's the only one I like so far.
What's your favourite kit you ever played in? Colour wise, what would you like to play? That's a tricky one.
Oh man,
What?
it's tough because I played in blue so much.
Yeah.
And I don't like blue because it's City in it. I played in blue at Bristol
Yeah,
Rovers. Went to Wigan in blue.
Yeah.
Went to West Brom, they're blue and white. Then went to Watford, they're yellow. Okay.
Yeah.
Went back to Derby, they're in white. That was a nice kit. I liked the white and black. That was really good. Ipswich was blue again. So I've been blue everything, nothing red. What's going on? I went to when in Greece. I Skoda Xanthi. They weren't red.
Really?
So they were
Where was that in Greece?
Skoda Xanthi.
Right.
Xanth.
How was that? Was it interesting over there?
Yeah, it was really interesting. Played Panathinaikos. You remember when Jibril Cisse was there?
Yeah.
Lamana Lualua from...
God, that's a throwback.
Yeah. So I came up at the same time he came up
Yeah.
in the leagues and stuff, and then he went over there and he was bossing it for Olympiacos.
Was there ever an opportunity to sign for the likes of United, Chelsea, any of those teams?
No. I didn't get that. I got to the Prem, and then basically it was just a nightmare because ended up coming out of the Prem, and the teams wanting me back, wanting to buy me. They just the things just always happen where they just vetoed my move. Like the offer was there, no, not going. Offer was there again, another club, not going. Went on trial to even Blackburn when they had Benny McCarthy, Jason Roberts, and all these. They had like 7 strikers at the time. They needed to offload one before I can get in. Did everything, pre-season training with them. Loved me, Sam Allardyce. I did a medical fitness test, had a meeting with him, tried to get the deal done, but couldn't get in. So every time just not getting back in. But one thing was I was like 1 game away from playing for England.
Amazing. What happened there?
Because I was doing so well
really?
for Wigan. Yeah, I was doing so well for Wigan. And there's a scout. My agent told me that he's speaking to one of the scouts. He used to tell me every single conversation he had.
Yeah.
And he was speaking to one of the scouts, and he's like, I came to watch Nathan, and if he played well in that game, I was gonna obviously mention that he's going to get called up. And in that game, I was on the bench.
Oh, that was
when I went to West
tackle.
Brom. Free kick time.
Oof, don't get in.
Because at West Brom, obviously Wigan, well, that's where I did all of my damage. Then went to West Brom, and then we played. I was starting the season, Premiership. I wasn't really starting. It was Campbell and Horsfield. So then it was me and Carnu sitting on the bench. We were the top scorers, but not playing as much. Yeah. So for that time period there, me not starting games meant that it kind of right at the point where I could have got called up, I just didn't get called up, and then I never really played enough consistent games again from then, to be fair, to get where I need to be. So it's frustrating.
Yeah.
You only live once, innit? You can't really go back and go, right, let's make that decision now. It's just what it is. It is what it is.
Johnny Evans.
Yes, Johnny.
Let's have a look at some of your chats here. Buffy says Martinez has been the best player by a mile doing his job.
How about Mount scoring this free kick, though?
Mount scoring this free kick.
That tackle that he just did on Mount then looked a hell of a lot worse.
It was
Danny Ings, remember 35 months. When are you going to America, Joe? I'll be going tomorrow. Joining the lads out there for 4 days.
Can you put this over the top?
Go on, Mount, do something. Whoa! Oh, that wasn't very
What
good,
was that?
it?
Why do you
Never
have to
mind,
step? Why do you have to step over your feet to cross?
Well, Zelig says Mount really lacking confidence. He keeps telling teammates to go longer rather than asking for the ball, hoping it's just the rush. But he's not exactly shining. What?
I've not noticed that myself, to be honest. He's done some nice little passes, I thought.
Yeah, I've seen a few good passes.
Yeah, it's his second ever game, and it is a preseason. Like, I
That's
think
the art of the good free kick gone, by the way.
Yeah.
Who's the best free kick taker right now?
Right now?
Ward-Prowse.
Like
Ward-Prowse.
the
All day.
sort of disappeared, hasn't it?
Well, Prowse, I'm surprised no one's. I thought he'd have gone to like West Ham. I heard they were in for him.
Really, yeah.
I think he's really good. He's that good that the other part of his game can be actually dismissed. Like,
yeah.
You know, like it's so much better. That part of his game is kind of like puts him so far ahead of any other normal. He's like a normal midfielder with an amazing free kick and amazing set pieces. So you can just put him in.
Yeah, you have to because it almost gives you a goal.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. Makes such a difference for a player like that in your side.
I'm surprised no one's snapped him up yet because obviously he's still at Southampton, but there was loads of. I mean, he's one away from the Premier League free kick record. It's still Beckham, isn't it? I think he's got 17 and Beckham's got 18 on free kicks.
Wow, well, that's getting taken, isn't it? That's getting taken.
But obviously he's dropped down to the Championship, and I'm sure there was quite a few teams in for it. You know, the likes of Everton, West Ham. You know, I can't believe no one's gone in for him yet, to be honest.
If I was Everton or a Villa, or not a Villa, they've kind of got a good side there.
Villa are building something there, aren't
they? They've got a good side. Everton. I think Everton
have only signed Ashley Young, and they had a torrid season last year.
Yeah. Who else is there? What other teams are there right in and around it? Tottenham. Who's in midfield there? I'd even put him in Tottenham, you know.
Yeah, Tottenham.
I don't think they got any midfielders that I can think of that are wicked.
Anyone doing any really good deals at the minute, football-wise, like signings? Have you seen any club that you think, crikey, they're doing the best?
I think Arsenal have done very well. If they got Timber, have they got Timber now?
Yeah, they've got him. I think they've done well with Timber.
Timber and Rice. That's very good.
I think Arsenal have. I mean, Havertz was a strange one. I
don't
didn't really understand that one.
Yeah, I don't like that
65 million for someone who would play where Odegaard plays. I just find that very strange. Rice, 105. I love Rice. I think he's brilliant, but 105 million is insane.
He's a long one.
More than big man at Real Madrid.
Cash.
It's almost hit a point though now with Arteta and Arsenal as a whole that they're no longer the underdog. If they don't at least challenge for the league this year, you've got to start thinking like.
Yeah, they will do. They've got a good squad now. They got a footballing team, man. They ain't gonna struggle now.
Tight league, sorry.
Timber playing at back, that's shoring up the defence, which already was good before they got their injury to Gabriel. Rice being in there, so if you've got Rice and Partey, they're both still there. Like one of them plays or the other, there's no drop off now where there was last year.
Partey will be gone now, I think. So
so even if he goes, then obviously it's a swap for Partey. Now you've got Havertz maybe in for Xhaka. Let's say he's a bit deeper, like the way Eriksen's been dropped deeper from when he was playing at Tottenham. So if you put Havertz in there with Odegaard a bit higher, now you've got more goal threat and more pace. But then you've also got, like I said, Timber. He's press resistant.
He'll be very good
football player.
What you got to ask is, can Arsenal beat City now? One-on-one in the game?
Why
in 90
not?
Minutes? Oh.
Why
Lyon
not?
Looking for well, obviously they didn't do it last year, did they? And they were some of the turning points.
Yeah,
when Arsenal went to the Etihad, it just switched a little bit, and then City ran away with it. If Arsenal got that confidence now, look at Lyon really going in, and in a 90-minute game can beat City, that's when they start winning the Premier League, I think.
I don't even think they needed to beat City last year. They just needed to continue winning their games.
It was simple as that, really. I think.
Nice play, Ref! Come on, something's going on here.
He's letting a lot go here, isn't he?
That's all right. It's not
the thing, just briefly still on Arsenal, though, the thing is with them is they were in for a Gundogan at one stage. I think the perfect signing to have replaced Xhaka was Kovacic.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why Arsenal didn't go in for him first instead of Havertz and save themselves a load of money.
Yeah.
I find the Havertz signing very strange, to be honest.
Isn't he like a backup for someone in the middle? If Odegaard's not playing and you want to change your team up,
I know,
put him in.
Yeah, but £65 million for someone that would possibly be a backup seems a lot to me.
But isn't that the normal backup money now? Remember when who was it now that bought someone? Wasn't it Eric's? Was it the? Where is he from now? Who got bought for like 50 mil? Not Schneiderlin. There's another player that wasn't it Everton? Got bought for 50 mil, centre midfielder, and we was like, why are they spending that much money? And that's like that player.
Klaassen or like Ghana Gay or whatever his name was.
No, he's like from Iceland or something.
Oh,
like
Sigurdsson.
Yeah, he went for 50 mil.
Yeah, he did. Oh, he did. Yeah, wasn't that for Spurs as well?
I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
So true. If he's going for 50, and Havertz is scoring a few more goals in it, he's like 50 is the new 10. 20, like from back in the day.
Well, yeah, that is probably true. Actually.
So that's what I'm looking at. It's crazy. Like,
I mean, that's the more mind-blowing thing, isn't it? Just the money in football, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I cannot believe we're not winning this.
I know.
Yeah, we should be out.
Coming to the end of the first half, it's still 0-0. United and Lyon, again, there's not that sort of competitive element too much, but both of them have a good chances, both of them sort of giving it. So it's exciting to see what happens in the second half. I want to see United win. I want to see Mount still playing, but I think he'll make some half-time changes. Maybe Johnny Evans will come on.
I think, well, the first half, I think they changed about 7 or 8, wasn't it, at half-time? They'll probably do something similar. They want to get everyone as many minutes as possible, I think.
The way that it usually works, I'll tell you from what I know, like even without even thinking, they usually give 30 minutes in the first couple of games. Apart from defenders, some defenders may stay on a little bit longer, maybe 50, 60 minutes. But most teams play 30 minutes, 45 minutes and come off. And then the second game they'll play like 45 minutes, and then they gradually like get a little bit more minutes throughout the whole pre-season.
Well, to be fair, it makes sense because we've got quite a lot of pre-season games. I think we've got 8 pre-season games, which seems a lot more than usual to me. So
we are playing a lot of pre-season games.
Yeah, there's a lot. I
mean, there's
one on August the 5th and then August the 6th as
yeah,
well.
That's
there's obviously 2
and then Real Madrid, so it'll be 2 teams,
Yeah, it's quite intense. I mean, it's the Ten Hag way, isn't it?
Yeah, you are right though. I mean, it's better than just running, isn't it? You'd rather be playing football. It's like you'd rather instead of going to the gym, you'd rather play football for an hour, wouldn't you? Like,
of course you would.
Nobody wants to run. I'm telling you. You might as well run on the pitch.
Let's have a look at some of these. Yeah, so you got over in Dublin as well, which I think Stretford Paddock will be doing a little event for. So if you're in Dublin, that's on the 6th. That's an athletic club. Where's the Man United game in Lens? That's at Old Trafford. Oh, so there's a club friendly on the 5th. Oh, never mind. Paddock can't do anything at Dublin anymore. Cheers. I'll do something if you want. I'll go. I'll crack on with you. But yeah, so
there is a few Irish fellas that I know going over to the athletic club game. That was a shocking challenge.
The ball, keep an eye on yourself.
You've got to be ready for that. Like.
That was terrible.
If any of United fans are in Manchester now and you fancy a Dublin trip, it's 20 quid in a flight. It's great fun. It is, honestly. Next thing you know, you're in the city centre pretty much when you fly in. Go watch the game and come back on 20 quid. Joe, will the Sloppy Joes be recorded from the USA? Or we pre-recorded some episodes, but we will release a USA episode when we're out there. Let me read some of these as well. Some people are so weird on it. The Mount is trash. Are you doing techers for days? Techers, you're not even, your ball knowledge is very, very poor.
That's a good ball, you know.
Kovar didn't know whether to come out or not then.
Thing is, look, Mount, I don't know what anyone's expecting from Mount, but for me, if he does what Eriksen did, which is keep the ball moving and move the ball through the lines, and then get a few more goals than Eriksen, he's done better than Eriksen.
Yeah, of course.
So he's got more legs. He can shut you down more. So that's all you're expecting from him, really. At the minimum, is shut down. When you got the ball, retain it, and then play the ball through to Bruno so he can do his magic, and then get your goal when you've got the opportunity. When the ball falls to you, can you bag a goal? And I think he can.
Half time here, by the way, 0-0. Get your first half comments into the comment bit as well. Do us a favour, like that button. Let's get to 1,000 likes. There's nearly 2,000 of you watching. Callum, a lot of people obsessed with your glasses, you know. Not comments saying I didn't know Callum wore glasses. He's looking cool, rocking them.
I don't usually. Well, I didn't usually, and that is why I now wear them because. I mean, I can't. I find it hard to believe that people think I'm rocking these, but I mean, if you do think that, then thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to wear them. As you could see at the start, I couldn't read that little screen there, so I've got them on now.
No goals to talk about. Do you think there any talking points really of that first half? I mean, it was nice to see certain players like Ahmad making himself known really early doors. He could have scored too easily. Yeah. You were right. He's the one to watch to possibly break you into the first team. Yeah,
well, look, it's the start. It's the second game of the season. Just like last game, we probably played some good stuff. Could have done more. Oh my gosh, what a Rooney goal. Anyway, could have done more.
Some of the Rooney highlights.
But this is the thing, isn't it? Like, half time comes and you're going to come off probably.
I wonder why that's on MUFC after his comments.
And you're going to have to see the next the second half and see what the other boys can do. And that's pre-season for you. You're not going to score all your chances. And that's what pre-season's for. So let's see what happens second half. They're going to have to change their players as well. So they're not going to keep their full team out. So let's see who are the other young boys are going to come in and impress. That's what they did last week. Second players came in, players we've not really heard of unless you've been watching the youth team. And I haven't, to be honest. So this is a chance for me to see the young boys, who's coming through, who looks like they can make it into that first team. And I'll be quick to let you know.
That's what people need to remember. This is just pre-season. It's about seeing how the youth can play with the senior players, and it's getting match fitness back and seeing as if the first team can play well together at this point. You know, that's all it is. It's just about getting the players ready for the season. Like, I think people need to chill out a little bit. You know, say things like Mount is trash. What's he done? That's rubbish. He's just played it. The thing is with Mount is he'll be a chance creator, a goal creator. He'll constantly press the ball, which is something that was a clear lack from what Eriksen was able to do. He scored more goals than anyone else at Chelsea since Mason Mount's debut. So he's a very good player and a very shrewd signing, I think. And he's played not even 90 minutes of football for Man United. I don't even think. I think just relax for a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, do you expect to make changes then, Callum? Who would you like to see coming off the bench? Maybe giving a little run out in the second half.
I can't see the subs.
Oh, so yeah, the subs include, so far that's the Lyon subs. We can talk about the Lyon subs if you want, but United subs include Fred, you've got Fish, Evans, Harrison, Bishop, Van der Beek. Van der Beek's interesting, isn't it?
I want to see him come on.
I think I'd like to see him come on, but I think his ship has possibly sailed now. I think he had a great relationship with Ten Hag at Ajax, and if even he can't seem to get him going, I think there's a good amount of money I think we could make on him. I'd like to see Gerardo. I heard some good things about him. People might give me pelts for this, but I have such a soft spot for Brandon Williams.
Do you?
Yeah, I don't know what it is about him.
What is it about? Is it his attitude? His attitude is quite abrasive, isn't he? He's sort of...
Yeah, he's all action. He is all action.
Yeah.
I think you can just... Yeah, I mean...
But he gets done too easily for them tackles. When you jump in.
Yeah, he does jump in a lot. This is what I mean. I love him. I don't know why. I think he'd do something. He's Premier League quality. I think if like the likes of Luton or someone came in for him, I think he'd be very good for them kind of teams.
Yeah.
He was at Norwich. I don't think he did bad there. He's definitely a Premier League player. He's just probably maybe not Man United one, but I just love the guy. I think you can just tell he grew up Man United fan, local lad. I've always got a soft spot for the academy players, and I've really got a soft spot for the academy players from Manchester as well. Of course. So I wouldn't mind seeing him come on. And that is it Noam Emeran? I'd like to see him come on as well. Charlie McNeil, is he not on the bench? I've noticed that he's not actually.
McNeil isn't on the bench. I do wonder if he's up front. He's striker, isn't he?
Yeah, McNeil. Who's the guy we got from City? He's
banging loads of goals, isn't he?
He scored loads of goals in the youth teams for City. So I wouldn't mind seeing him give a run out at some stage over this pre-season, but I'm not sure if he's even away on the tour.
Can I get into these comments quickly about Mount? A lot of people backing up saying, MX10 says Mount does have a mountain to climb. Could be a good player though. Chindula says Mount is a good player. He's okay so far for United. JTL1380, Mount hasn't even had a chance to play with Casemiro and Bruno in the lineup, linking up with the midfield. Mount looks like a lot better player with them. He'll be great. Let's have a look. Lyon basically double teaming him as well. Some people are saying that Mount is playing alongside youth currently, hasn't played along Bruno or Cass yet. Give him a chance. That's obviously very true. Super chat here from Nathan T. Lack of fluidity from our 350k a week flop called Sancho. Tell me your thoughts on what you expect from this player this season. Are players cursed on big wages? That is from Nathan T. It's a super chat. Has he got a point, Sancho? He makes a lot of money from us.
Look, Sancho has to play on the right to see the best of him. That's number one. Number two is obviously he should have done a lot better considering the way Ten Hag was playing last year, and he got a good run of games. He did look double the player on the right. From the minute he went on the right, he looked a lot better. And he needs to play there. He's got stiff competition, but at the same time, that's what he's about. He did what he needed to do at Dortmund. Come and do it here. We need to see more of that. And I feel like if you play him on the left, we're really going to see him get going. He's not going to stay around long if he stays on the left. If he goes on the right, he's got half a chance of getting back to the levels we saw, or even somewhere near the levels we saw for Dortmund.
There's a big point about Sancho though at the minute, and the thing is, I think we all have big expectations for him, but ultimately at Man United, it's going to be hard. You're going to have to work hard to be a success at United. You don't expect it to be easy. You have to compete for your place. He didn't perform enough for me for a long time at United, so he's going to end up losing his spot. It's about how he works to get back in the team. Defended him a little bit though. The way we play, and a lot of people seem to think Sancho just needs to get the ball and run at players, but he's never done that. He never did that. He never did that at Dortmund. When he was at Dortmund, he was brilliant off the ball, but he was brilliant by quick 1-2 passes with the rest of his teammates to get forward. That's what he always played like. And then when he came to United fans seem to just think, oh, well, they should be able to take them all on, but that was never really his game. So I think people needed to maybe lower the expectations straight away, but there's no doubt that Sancho needs to do a lot better. But I think he's a good I think he's a very good player, and you saw that at Dortmund. I actually think with a striker, a clinical striker, that could link up with him. I mean, there's no doubt that there's no. Look at how much Haaland loves him, basically. Haaland loves Sancho. There was a reason why those two were so good together, because Sancho's so good and so is Haaland. He did
provide that first chance for Anthony, by the
exactly.
way. That goes in, it's an assist.
Can I ask something quickly? Producer Alexi upstairs, he's making a brew. Do you don't want a brew?
Why not?
I'm all right.
Please.
Coffee or tea?
I'm all right,
Coffee,
Alexi.
1 sugar and milk, please.
Yeah. Carry on, sorry, Callum, I'm just doing the brew order.
The brew order. I'm all right anyway. I've got my lovely Buxton water.
Lovely.
If Buxton water sponsor Paddock, obviously.
Get involved. Right, so we're looking at the second half. It is moments away. Murrayfield's still looking lovely. It's 0-0, Man United against Lyon. I'm interested to know what you thought of the goalie. He's getting some praise. Kovar could potentially be our number 2. We like certain elements of his game, Callum, in the early stages. He was looking good on the ball, he was passing out.
I think you could see how much, like, he was constantly claiming the ball, he was constantly sweeping, he was making himself available for passes so he could beat any kind of press. It's something we've been crying out for. Like, I know we spoke about it briefly before, but it really is something that was so needed. Like, almost as important as a new striker for me, in fact probably more important. And I'm not, obviously Kovar's not going to be the number 1, but it's really refreshing to see that if our number 1 was injured or out for whatever reason, or just a League Cup game, we have a number 2 there. If he stays, of course, because obviously he might go on loan or be sold this summer. But it's really refreshing to know that we might have 2 goalkeepers that can play how Ten Hag wants to. So yeah, really excited. I'm really excited. It's nice to be able to watch pre-season and get actually excited for the main season for a change, because it's obviously something that we've not been able to do for a while.
Brilliant. Nathan?
Yeah, I think he's looked good with his feet anyway. Now we're in that new era of keepers with good feet. So nice to see. I think he looks the most comfortable. Look, under pressure, he's playing nice soft balls, around the corner balls as well. One of them he nearly put Smalling in a bit of trouble. But we got to get used to that kind of football as well. So on one hand, the keeper's going to be playing balls, but then the defenders now have got to get used to the fact that we now can play from there. They've got to get used to passing from there as well. So it's not just straight away, we're just going to be all fluid and pop. It's going to be some getting used to as well. Because then Ten Hag in training, you're going to see that's got to be done a lot more of, isn't it? Before we'd be like, nah, let's not do that. We're not doing that no more.
What are, right now, for you as a United fan, with all this work going on, with all the transfers we're bringing in, with all the pre-seasons, what are your expectations on this season? Because it's tricky. Are we going to get above 3rd? If so, a team, either City or Arsenal, have to do worse than us. Is Ten Hag ready for a big push, or is he just another year, another top 4 spot, and then we go? Then we maybe go after 2 years. It's tricky not ready yet. To get your head around.
Yeah. We're not ready yet. We know we're not ready yet. When you look at other teams have done this year, and then they've kicked on and brought in players that have improved their squad, so they've gone a bit away from us. Liverpool will be back this year. They ain't gonna be away, by the way. They'll be back this year, and they've added to their side, and they're looking to add more, and in the right areas as well. Which I always thought, if they add that area, it could be a trouble. So Newcastle, if they get the right players and buy better than us by the end of this window, we're looking like they could overtake us this year.
Newcastle are an interesting one, aren't they? Because they've now got Champions League football, which is crazy to say. They've got money. They've got a decent manager in Eddie Howe, who I think it's a big season for him this year. Yeah. Dealing with getting that top 4, what can he do with it? Can he balance the both competitions at the same time? So it's going to be. I'm very, very excited for it. Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm excited because the good thing is, look, we've got a goalkeeper in that's improved us. We've got Mount in that's improved the midfielder position, and then if we get this Amrabat, it's going to be protection for Casemiro when he gets injured, which we did lose points and lose quality in the midfield the minute he got suspended for so many games. And then if we can just get someone who can get a few more goals up the top, we're not far off. You're right, we're not far off because it's about results at the end of the day. It's not about you're better than us, you won 5-0. You still get 3 points per win.
Yeah.
Same way Arsenal were ahead for so many weeks. It didn't matter about their game against them. They were still ahead of them, even if they lost them games. Yeah. It was just the problem was they lost the other games. And so really, we weren't that far off when you think about being able to challenge. If we get another striker in, we can challenge. But I think we'll fall short because we ain't got enough. And then you need to get that Harry Kane type striker, like I said, who scores them high difficulty goals in the high difficulty games where it's real tight. Something out of the blue happens, it's a goal. We ain't got that at the moment.
No, and even just seeing the first dive, you can see that sort of clinical finisher isn't there. We need him. Kit Chat Owen simply says, we need Harry Kane. That's all he's going to say. We need Harry Kane. John Hilton says, Kane, and we're there. There's like a lot of chat about us just splashing the cash. Is there any other striker in world football, apart from the ones that we can't really get, that brings you what Kane can do? No. Kane is. So
there's no one that's getting you 30 goals a season apart from Harry Kane.
Yeah.
So let's just leave that one there. That's why I'm saying if it's gonna be anyone else, if I was the manager right now and I'd be really realistic, I'm going on loan for Felix or I'm gonna just try and get Ollie Watkins.
Yeah.
Like I don't really think Ivan Toney fits as well as Ollie Watkins, even though Ivan Toney's done better. It's just due to the circumstances of what team you're in and how they play, which looks like that. So I'm looking at them from the way they play and how can they integrate into United. You see, United, if you was to see back in the day when we say Ji-Sung Park or Robin, for example. Robin's a better player, but you put Ji-Sung Park in Man United and tell him to do a job, he does a job. Because it's horses for courses in a team. You don't just make everyone superstars. You need to have the right players. And when I'm looking at these players, I'm like, right, he can do a job there. I think he can do a job there. So, yeah.
Second half nearly kicking off. Callum, the question we and Nathan were getting into and we're just pondering on is just the next season. I mean, how do you look at it on expectations for a United fan? There is strengthened, the teams are strengthening around us. Do we strengthen? Well, we strengthened as well. Are we ready for this?
At the moment, we're still. I'm still a little fearful at the moment, but there's definitely more that needs to be done. And I think if we were to get it done, I'd be hopeful. But everyone's always hopeful at the start of the season. That's the point. But I think if we, we've obviously already got Onana's looking extremely likely. I still personally think we need another midfielder. Definitely need a striker. And a backup goalkeeper. There's obviously a limit of how much we can do because of FFP and the fact that we don't have 116 charges against us. So we have to obviously have to be careful with things like that. But I'll be hopeful with another couple of signings. At the moment, I'd still be a little worried. If we can get the striker and the goalkeeper, I'll be happy. Anything extra than that, and I think we should be. I mean, United should have more than enough for the top four at least next season. But it's hitting a point now where we need to start continuously seeing progression. And to be fair, we could still see progressions next year without a trophy. We might not win a trophy next year, and we might still finish third. But if we can see a team that plays like a Ten Hag team, and we can then further strengthen with more players next summer or even in January with new owners as well, it's all about the long-term build of it, and I think if we can do that, then there's something that could really happen in the next couple of years of challenging for the trophies that we want to see us challenge for.
Yeah.
Well, listen.
It looks like there's been loads of changes.
Wholesale changes.
Can I give a quick shout out? I've just seen that somebody called me the Big Show of Glasses, and I think that's the best name I've ever heard.
The Big Show of Glasses.
That is great.
Do you know how big?
It's the
Big Show of Glasses. You're not the Big Show of Glasses.
So I do you know what? That is a great nickname.
There's a couple of big arguments going on in the comments. I absolutely love that. Keep that coming in. Got about nearly 2,000 of you watching. Hit the like button if you wouldn't mind. We are into the second half of Lyon against Man United. It is 0-0. I want to give you... Is there any way, Callum, you give us all the changes if possible? Yeah. Alexi's here with the bruise. Alexi, mate.
Yes. And a Martinez.
Both the same, weren't
Is that my Martinez? Oh, no.
You're a legend, Alexi.
I got 10 out.
Round of applause for Alexi. You might just see his arm poking through there. Poking. Oh, God. Both the exact same.
I can smell it. Yeah, this is my one.
Thank you very much.
Sugar, one sugar.
Slowly making... Ooh.
My God, I
Stretford
nearly missed
Paddock merch, by the way, is at... Where's it at? StretfordPaddock.com. Paddock what? Search Stretford Paddock merch on Google. Find it there. And good luck. Because they've got lots of good stuff.
Well, yeah, here's a team that's come up now. So Evans has come on. Fish, Gerardo, or miss the other one. Gore, Fred, Van der Beek, and Forson, Hugh Gill, and Hansen.
Right, so a full...
It looks like... I think that was the keeper.
The keeper stayed on for everyone else.
And I think everyone else has changed.
This is nice. I like to see this.
Wow.
It's like watching a whole new game.
Yeah, let's see what happens now.
Evans. Let's see what Evans is saying. What, is he 35?
He's 35.
I want a bullet header.
Paddock was with the tweet yesterday reminding us that the Fergie era is not over.
So I saw a fact about that. So there's not been a player in the Man United squad that hasn't been managed by Ferguson at some point since 1974.
Wow.
So 49 years there's been a team, a player. I'm all about the facts.
74.
Facts,
all the way
man,
now.
Cal.
That is a long period of time. We rewatched that brilliant trailer with Ryan Reynolds and Sir Alex Ferguson there, and Rob McElhenney. I can never say his name correctly. The Wrexham owners.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever see the little promo video?
United are in.
We're going to score again. And these second team's going to beat the first team's performance.
I know what the first team were. First team had some strength in it. I don't know first team players.
Yeah, I don't know if Lyon have done too many changes in comparison, to be honest.
Yeah, it looked like they've kept pretty much the same, haven't they? Lacazette's still there.
Looks like Fred will be leaving as well, doesn't it?
Do you think? Do you not think he quite likes Fred?
He's a good player to have in your squad because he was a ratter. He was getting about everywhere.
The thing is with Fred is, if you were to get, because he was never a £52 million player, but if we were to get 30 million, which is what his value is, we should probably take it for obviously.
Oh, nice! Oh,
handball!
He's dead for one ball, that ref.
I know it's run right into him from 5 yards, but still handball.
At this point, I've give up.
Evans.
I've give up claiming for stuff from the referee because he really is just letting everything go, isn't he?
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. One little dink. Ooh.
Goal.
Try to make him.
I don't know about Fred. You know, he was used as an asset in certain games for certain styles, wasn't he, last year by Ten Hag? To do certain things.
I don't think he's good enough for United. I really don't.
But is he not a squad player?
He looked up.
What a goal!
Van der Beek.
He has scored for Man United.
You know, I was just waiting to talk about him as well. Saying that I don't think he should have sailed. I was trying to say.
Let's see this goal. The Reds.
He's still got a chance.
That was a cracking goal. What a brilliant goal that was from Van der Beek.
Right, let's explain this to you. Got a throw in.
It came out of nowhere, that didn't it?
Ball straight in from there.
Great cross.
What a ball in.
Bang.
Van der Beek finding the space.
It was literally throw in, cross in from the right, and then first time finish on the volley from Van der Beek. What a great goal that is.
Side net.
Donny Van der Beek, if he stays fit in the chat, is he past it or has he got a space in the squad?
That's what I mean.
Get it in the comments.
If he could play like he did at Ajax, you would have him over probably McTominay and Fred, I think.
Of course.
What do you think, Nathan? What have you seen with him?
I always liked him. I know what he's about. He's a proper mover and he thinks he's an intelligent football player.
Yeah.
The one thing that we tried to do is we didn't have no Casemiro around him before. The minute he started getting his minutes, he got injured. So now, if he can stay fit during pre-season, and we've got these players in our squad, why can't he be one of those players who comes on for a Mount, comes on for an Eriksen, in them positions, or even plays where Bruno plays.
Yeah.
He can do it, and he's done it before in a good side that's got very far in Europe with Ajax. Why can't he do it? The only thing is he's got to be given the chance to do it, and then if he can't do it now with a team that we've got now, then you get him gone. But until then, I ain't letting him go nowhere.
Yep.
And that's what I'm saying.
And he's 26 years old. Shaky Spear wants to... Sorry, Shaky Spear's a funny name. Shaky Spear wants to let you know he's 26 years old. And he's 27 when he's 27. The Aura Explorer says there is a place for Donny in the squad, but it depends on who between Donny, Fred, McTominay leaves, because 2 out of 3 got a go. McTominay...
Well, Donny's definitely better than them two, isn't he? So, but it depends what you're looking for. If you're looking for defensive work rate, it's Fred. If you're looking for strength, it's McTominay. But if you're looking for ability to keep the ball, ability to pass, ability to score more goals, I would say Donny. So what do you want?
Lovely brew, Alexi, by the way. Producer Alexi with the brew making skills. Absolute quality. Shaky is fine.
What we on, like 17 degrees in here, yeah?
Yeah, do you want to know? It's cold?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, listen, can we turn the aircon down? I was thinking at one point, I was like,
Finish that.
Can we 2?
Oh,
Lovely.
Unlucky. The only certain thing about this is I will need a bit of time to let you know who's done what, because my knowledge of some of these players aren't as clued up as they should be. Number 54. Let me get the team sheet up in front of me. This is going to be interesting.
52 to 54.
52. It feels like bingo numbers, doesn't it?
Mark Gerardo, isn't it, that?
Oh, look at him. That's Gerardo, isn't it?
54, yeah.
They're going to score again, you know, these young
Yeah,
ones.
the youngins want it more
They're not
than,
messing
you know,
about.
more than wanting the Sancho and all that. They want it.
What end product?
Who's the surprise for next year, do you think? Because there's one team always that is a surprise. And it could
player?
be-
Oh, the
no,
team.
a team.
Oh,
team.
okay.
Is there anyone that's going through? Burnley, would they take things by surprise? Would company do well?
I think the way they play is very, very good. And if they buy right, they're going to surprise a few people with the way they play. But I think they'll concede goals a bit too.
Oh, nice. Is he
right,
on?
yeah.
Is he on? Go on, get some speed there.
Put
Put
that
it
in.
across. Oh,
United on the
back
attack.
one more.
Just pulled it back.
Got a little bit more of a
Oh,
spearhead,
Oh,
haven't
what
we?
a nice little dink that.
Go on.
Kevin.
They're in trouble. A little bit of pace there from the 57. Oh, which one's this one?
I don't know, but I like his hair. Wish I had
I
it.
do.
What were we talking about?
Surprise
team.
I really don't know. I can't really call it. I think Palace will do all right this season. Obviously with Hodgson, he's just such a solid manager, isn't he? Especially at club football. He definitely wasn't for England, but I don't know. I wonder if Luton could do it. You know, I wonder
That's
if
the
they could
one I was
stay up.
looking at. You just don't know, do you? Because
I love it when that happens. You know, when a team that's never really been up there
Yeah.
and they get promoted.
and they just have a sort of momentum behind it.
Yeah, I
Where
could
it's like,
see. I do wonder. I hope. I have a little bit of a soft spot for Forest as well, so I hope they do all right. Because I do like Forest.
Yeah.
Just massive. Like they're a bigger club than City.
Yeah. I was thinking, who really is it? Obviously, we don't know who Luton are, but I don't know who Luton are.
Yeah.
Like when you look at their
No,
players, I don't know any players there. Who else came up?
Sheffield and Burnley.
Sheffield.
Well,
Sheffield.
United, yeah.
They came up through playoffs, right?
Yeah.
No, it was Luton that came up
Luton,
playoffs.
playoffs
yeah,
and
they
then
beat
the other
Coventry,
two up,
didn't they,
yeah.
in the final?
Yeah, Burnley do look like a good
Burnley
footballing
could be
side.
the one. I think it might be Burnley.
I'll tell you a player though, who I really like, Benson. for them.
Benson.
I like Benson. He was doing us over. I was like, wait a minute, who's this guy doing up our boys at the back? Like, okay, all right, leave him one-on-one. He's gonna get bought by a big team,
Yeah. Do you
unless
think?
he's injury prone. But he's gonna get bought by a big team. Mark my words. From today, everyone cut that one.
Yeah.
He is getting picked. He's getting up to a big team.
Good question. Who's captain? I don't know.
We've got a clue. We've got probably
Johnny Evans.
to be honest.
Oh, if it's Johnny Evans,
Harry
what
Maguire.
a comeback.
Harry Maguire.
In this team, it must be Evans, surely. Unless
I think it is, yeah.
Fish, maybe? I don't know.
No, it's got to be Evans, isn't it? He's 35, isn't it?
Can anyone Google that for us? Who's the captain? It's quite hard. Big,
Is it
oh,
Fred,
of course
yeah?
it's Fred.
Fred.
Fred. Good lad, Fred.
Yes, Fred.
I was looking back at the United captains just for the radio show that I do. Maguire took it off Ashley Young. That was a crazy year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just to look back at the captaincy.
Do you know what? I feel awful for how I used to treat Young because he was.
Do you think?
I feel a bit. But when it was back on full-time Devils, I think I was a bit like critical of him, and in reality, it wasn't Young at all. I thought he was all right in the end, but I think I was a little bit overly critical of him, and I probably shouldn't have been.
Happens.
I know what you mean. I think certain circumstances around the team as a whole can give you a little bit.
I think it was more everything else was just, and I ended up just kind of picking on him the most.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think it was because he was the captain. I think he said a couple of things in interviews and things that I didn't agree with, but yeah, I was probably a bit overly critical of him in hindsight.
Well, I think he maybe a forgive you.
Oh,
tell you what, they're not scared to go into tackles, these young lads.
Just seeing what these boys are like. So,
some really talented players. I wanted to see Charlie Savage as well today.
yeah,
He's got a bit about him.
He wasn't on the bench either, was he?
No, he's not. I don't even think he's on the bench, but it'd have been nice to have seen him. Again, though, obviously, like the lads have obviously gone over to America, these will be flying over at some point. So I bet they've probably kept a few players for that as well.
Of course they have.
Yeah.
We play 2 days in a row again, don't we? Wrexham and then Real Madrid, which is crazy to say in the same sentence. But and then obviously we got 2 days in a row again. Is it Lens and Bilbao? We got.
Is it 2 days in a row again?
Yeah.
After that,
Got a couple of intense periods over there.
We've got a few lads going to. A couple of my Irish mates. They're obviously from Ireland. They go over to Dublin to
quality.
like that, lad. Like that.
Yeah, here we go.
Jay's been on their channel a couple. I've been on their channel a lot there, and Jay's been on it a couple of times.
What is it? Is it United Irish channel? What's it called?
Yeah, Weekly Armchair. It's called. They're a cracking group of lads, all Irish fellas, all come over to Old Trafford most weeks to watch.
Yeah.
Oh,
bit difficult ball that.
It was the right idea that though. Nice. Good to see
try.
him playing forward.
I've seen this boy up front a few times. What's his name? Number 52. I've seen his face. Was he on loan last year? This 52.
Let me find out who 52 is.
That's how I look.
I don't think he's brought Emery on. Do you know who it is, Alexi? 52.
Alexi's pretty good with his stats, you know, over there. 52
I know,
is...
Was that Alexa?
Is Hugill.
Was he on loan at
I don't know all the squad numbers, you see. So
Was he not
I've
on
got
loan
the
at
squad
Ocean?
numbers in front of me now, so I'll be able to smash this.
Hugill.
Ask me who 54 is.
Gerardo, isn't it?
Oh, well.
Hugill.
No, I look like I know, yeah.
Ask me who 17 is.
Hugill. How do you spell that?
Who's 17,
I
Joe?
don't know, can't go.
How do you spell Hugill?
Hugill.
Alright.
Hug Hill.
Hugill. Oh, is it Hugill? Who's got the captain's armband? Fred.
It's a strange.
Was he
I
on
really thought they'd give it to Evans, just because of his age and seniority, I suppose.
I
But
knew I'd seen his face. He was at Ocean last year.
And
Yeah, and we had one of our players. He was down at Altrincham as well. So I seen him. He was on loan. Did a forward that was there. So that's
somewhere I've never gone to watch Altrincham. Like I said before we went on air, I go to see Trafford a lot, but I've never gone to watch Altrincham.
Yeah. Yep. They had 3 players from United at Altrincham last year on loan to the end of the season, and that was one of them. And that's who I saw.
I imagine a lot of the teams in and around Greater Manchester probably look at United to help out in terms of players, don't they?
Yeah.
But this is the good thing though, because like that will do him a whole load of good playing against men at that level. Because a lot of people do. I don't know what you think, but you know, like under 21 teams, like even the best of the under 21 teams, it's not the same as men's football. So it's like equivalent to like National League North. So if you got a lot of them players going over there and playing National League North, and then who can handle that football?
Yeah.
Then you give them the League 2, League 1, then Championship, and then move them up.
Well, it's like I said. I mean, you probably you'll know better than I will. But going to watch Trafford and probably the likes of Altrincham and stuff, you can see the physicality in it. And if you're a young lad going to that, it's something completely different to youth team football.
Got half an hour left of the game.
Intensity and power. Sorry.
1-0. No, I was just saying. I was just going to bring up that McNeil thing. I think you were saying McNeil is looking to go out on loan as one of the players for United. That's why he wasn't in the squad.
Yeah.
Some people are bringing that. The Manchester Evening News understands McNeil was not included in the side that travelled to Oslo because he was set to leave on loan again this summer, and we believe that's the case. He's not in Edinburgh, and he probably won't see him in the team that goes over to America. So McNeil will get himself some game time, hopefully, away from United. And hopefully, you know, the likes of Ahmad are the shining examples of if you do go away, you do make a little statement for yourself. Yeah. Big statement.
Sunderland fans absolutely loved him, didn't they?
Oh, they did. I think
did you see the goals he scored?
Yeah, he was unreal.
Gosh. Some amazing
free
kicks.
Brilliant.
Well, to be fair, I thought Sunderland would be the sort of shooing for the playoffs, really. But
just missed out, didn't they? I think they.
It was it Coventry that beat them in the semi-final, wasn't it? And
I think
well,
so.
Leon are looking at making a lot of changes. This is what pre-season is, though, isn't it? It's just trying to get everybody fit. That's the main aim of it.
And you get to the last few games, then they played most of the minutes. So, like, by the Real Madrid game, that Arsenal game was going to be tasty because they're going to want to play most of the first team, not lose that game. How many games until that? That's the next game, isn't it?
That's the next one, I think.
Yeah.
So you probably see 60 minutes from them in that one. I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised. Yeah. Try to go back post.
A lot of good comments about Gore, by the way. A lot of people saying he's some player.
Yeah, I mean, some of these academy lads are really impressive. The thing is, though, there's a big talk about it, isn't there? But these academy lads, they might not make it at United, but it doesn't necessarily say that they've been a failure, because especially during the Ferguson era, the amount of players that were from United that were up and down the pyramid, there was countless of them, really, and you know, they all went on to have good careers. I mean, Johnny Evans wasn't at United all his career, and look at his career now, it's panned out, you know. So, you know, they'll all make it. I can see them all making it.
At some level.
At some level, I should say. Yeah, you're right.
Here we go, United knocking on door number 2.
That's the kind of stuff that I'm telling you. Like Van der Beek, he sees passes and he plays it. And the thing is, same with Sancho. Yeah, there's another little issue with Sancho. The way Dortmund was so direct with seeing everything that's vertical. United don't play like that. No. Same thing happened with Sanchez when he come from Arsenal. They play like that. And then he was expecting United to play that way and find him and see him. Same with Kagawa when he came. So we've got that kind of issue with them kind of players. They come in and they don't get seen and they don't get passed too quickly enough because they don't play that kind of football. But I think Ten Hag is bringing in a way of football where that might start working now because we've got enough players in the side that will see that. Casemiro sees it first time.
Yes, he does.
Bruno sees things first time. Eriksen does. Now Mount's trying to look forward. You're going to see a hell of a different way of playing now. And that's why I think you got much more chance than ever of Sancho doing better this year. And people like Donny van der Beek getting better game time and actually doing things that everyone's be like, oh, that's great. Yeah. Love that. So, yeah, let's see what happens with that. But I think the best chances now for them guys.
Fred, apparently down for a bit longer than people were hoping for.
He's been kept lumps out
of. Can't sell an injured player, can we?
He's been kept lumps out of. Leon are making a massive amount of changes now as well.
Yeah, so we did our big lump of changes at half-time. Leon making theirs now. That OL is very awful.
It's not nice, is it?
That is a horrendous badge, isn't it?
Yeah, that can't be the real badge. The other badge was pretty mint. I like that.
Yeah.
The old school badge.
Back in the day, that's always was nice.
French league's interesting, isn't it? PSG, Mbappe's still a player for them, but it's always talked about, isn't it? Every transfer window, the writing's on the wall for him to leave. Real Madrid, the most obvious.
Yeah.
But no, nothing's happened yet.
Well, if we can't get our little thing done, forget about even dreaming about that move for United.
Yeah.
We need to get that move. What's the latest on that anyway? Is there any latest?
Well, we don't really know.
There's just been nothing. There's been nothing since the start of June, has there?
So
there's
annoying.
A lot of talk. I'm hoping I'm wrong, obviously, but there's a lot of talk that I personally think if they haven't sold now, I don't know if they will. To be honest,
painful, isn't it?
It is painful.
The fact that a group of people were allowed to take out so much money and just leverage it onto the club and now want to sell it for £6 billion. The fact that it was ever even allowed should be criminal, and it's a massive embarrassment that the Premier League ever allowed it to happen, and the same with the FA. And the fact that now they've changed it to stop, well, effectively what the Southern clubs were, because obviously Chelsea were being bought. The fact that they stopped that happening to the Southern clubs but allowed Man United to have £500 million worth of debt leveraged onto it.
Incredible, isn't it?
Ridiculous.
It's genuinely disgusting, and it genuinely should bring shame to the decision makers at the Premier League.
Yeah. You know what though?
Oh, nice.
For them, the Glazers themselves, they've done a job.
They have done a job.
They've done an absolute steal. Like, they've come, they've ruined the club, taken so much money out, got more debt, and then they've found someone who's going to take the debt away. and they're still not
having to pay it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a crazy business deal on their behalf. Like, and they've got and no one's done nothing.
They've not been good business people during the time at
for
United.
themselves though, just for themselves making money. It's ridiculous.
If you said to any family in American big business that you take on a project and 20 years later you spend nothing on it, but 20 years later, 15, 16 years later, you then become £6 billion richer.
Wow.
That is, but they don't understand at the heart of it. It's not a business. It's not a product.
They've killed our club.
That's what they're doing. Fans. It is millions of fans.
Yeah.
It is people's lives. It is more than just a product or a business. It's more than that.
It's not even necessarily that just the case with Man United, though, is it? A football club isn't just a business. It's a part of the community.
It is.
It's a job. It's a job for people. It's something that brings people together at a weekend. It's not just the case of making money. And unfortunately, modern football as a whole seems to have become that, and it's become very offside for Lyon. They've ruined Man United. And they don't care, and that's the thing that bothers fans the most. And when you still see people online go, they spent £150 million this summer, and they still act like the Glazers are a bad thing, and it's like, are we really still pretending in 2023 that we don't like the Glazers? We don't like the Glazers because of transfers. We don't like the Glazers for a hell of a lot of reasons other than transfers. And it's always the City and Liverpool fans who seem to think, it's just transfers. It's nothing to do with that.
I'm trying my best here to try and look at it on the other foot. Trying my best to think, okay, let's try and see, have they actually done anything good for us? And when you think about it, the only two things that I can't even ever defend is they haven't improved the club, like the training facilities. They haven't improved the pitch. So they're actually
really nice player, by the way, for United. Could be to shoot.
Oh, what a save!
Lucky.
Good shot,
save.
good finish. No goal, but nice. But they haven't done that. So if they had tried to do those two things, as well as these other things, and then they're in a bit more debt, then you could have a little point for them. But there's no point for them. They haven't improved our training ground a bit. We've got leaks, as everyone says, at the stadium. We've not improved nothing. There's no plans to get better. So there's no way. There's nothing like positive you can say about what they're doing.
That's the thing. Man United in 2005, before they came in, had the best training ground and the best stadium in the world, probably. 18 years later, and it's lagged behind most of world football because of what they've done.
Yeah.
You see so much investment going in terms of the stadium. Obviously, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich in the past, Tottenham, Arsenal. And our owners seem to think a lick of red paint on the outside is an investment into the stadium. It's disgusting that it was ever allowed. And the fact that we've still heard nothing about it is a worrying sign to me.
Yeah. Super chat here from Mike Noom says, I swear the guy on the left sounds like Jamie Jackson. Did you get that a lot?
Me?
No. Who's left? Yeah, you're the left.
You're the left.
We're in the left here, but from the viewers, you're the left.
Yeah.
You're Jamie Jackson from The Guardian.
Yeah,
wears like
Guardian.
Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah.
Had the audio on and thought it was you the whole time.
Yeah, you do sound a little bit like him, yeah.
Do you wear Hawaiian shirts much like Jamie Jackson does? He loves the Hawaiian shirt.
Fred picked his pocket. Come on, what we got? Little ball in.
I'm not really a fashionista, so I'm very plain.
Fashionista.
I kind of just I just kind of follow the trends of the time, to be honest. I'm plain polo, pair of chinos.
Nice shoes on today, though.
Yeah, well, I had a job interview this morning that went very well for me.
Very well, congratulations.
Good.
Round of applause.
Callum,
I've not got the answer yet. Not got the answer yet.
So
did you get the answer?
You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Well done, well done.
You smashed it.
So hopefully start that as soon as possible. But yeah.
Congratulations. Andy Rock says he wants to give a shout out to Dan Gore. He's putting in a shift in here.
He really is, yeah.
They're all pushing. They're all pressuring right.
You know what they do. You know what they're doing. They're trying their hardest because they want to be. They want to be either here or getting a decent loan for the season, don't they? So.
Are the refs for these games like the youngsters, like that we put on? So do we put on youngsters, and do the referee leagues put on youngsters at the same time to see if they're any good enough?
No. They have to work their way through.
Do they? Is that how it happens? So it's like get picked to start.
They play lower league. And then they continue, and they get like judged, and obviously the refs get rated by the managers and stuff like that. And
really, so
it must be so hard to become a referee in the Premier League or the Championships kind of thing.
And I remember my friend who used to play with him at Wigan, Jason Jarrett. I remember he had I think they were saying like because he was a player, they could fast track him to be a ref and then get to the top. a lot quicker because he's played the game and knows the game well.
As well.
But he ended up playing doing all this work and getting to do non-league referee, and then it was like he was not getting that fast track. He was just staying in that area. So he's like, "Nah, I've had enough. I'm done." I think if I remember rightly, he didn't continue pursuing that. But yeah, it's a I don't know.
It would be a hard game to get into, especially for the abuse that you can receive as well,
especially
at grassroots anyway.
Would you be a good ref, Nation?
Yeah, I'd be a good ref. I don't know what's what.
You understand the players, you know what's happening.
And the thing is, I'll be upset because I'll be giving yellow cards to anyone diving about. Obviously, like, I hate it when people get touched and they're diving and they're pretending they're hurt. I would like make some new mad rules up, like after the game, like you can have like like a room like this, where people are employed to just watch like the incidents of everything, and anyone faking stuff, just where it's blatantly 100% fake, you get in a yellow card even though it's game's finished, or rescinding a yellow card if that player and giving it to the player who cheated him. I'd be doing that all the time. You know, if you get a red card, a second yellow, it's a red. I'd be sending letters out going, listen, you're not suspended for the next game because we've reviewed it and we've seen that it's not really yellow. You can play. You know, we've seen that as an actual yellow. That would have been a second. You're not playing. That's what I'd do, because too many people cheat in the game. Every game there's cheaters. Why you got to cheat and be allowed to cheat?
The problem with that is it's too much logic in that. So the powers that be would never do it.
Yeah, I know they'd never do it, but I'd do it. I'd do it. But the thing is, it gets done in all the other sports that I watch. Like I watch basketball, and they stop the game, and they'll go on the side, and they'll properly look at what's happened. Yeah. And they'll say, this happened, that's happened on the radio in front of everyone. This happened here, blah, 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 their ball. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, we're going to check that. You're off. Yeah. You're not off. Yeah. You know, that's what they do. So why can't we do it? I don't know. Maybe you're right. Can't do everything.
Super shots, here we go. People saying that Johnny Evans has still got it, could be a great squad player. That's what Stuart says. Yes. Evans will make a great squad player if we do keep him.
Yep, that's what I mean.
Fred's just been completely kicked then. Again. What's going on?
Would love to get to 100,000 likes if possible on the Watchalong. Nearly 2,000 is watching. Click that like button. United still 1-0 up, 20 minutes to go of the game.
Yeah, we're winning this.
I feel like we've got through a lot in this Watchalong as well. We've sort of smashed it.
Big bosses will be very proud.
Oh, they won't be bothered. They're probably living it up somewhere. Well, so if you're wondering where the main team are, on a flight now, Howson, McCullough, Joe, Jay, and little Ethan, all on a flight over to New York. That's where they're spending most of their time. Then obviously they're going around the block, San Diego, Vegas. God, hope Ethan survives Vegas. Oh, Lyon with a shot here.
Man on. Come on, can you hear me?
Why is nobody shouting him that there?
Oh, I shouted him, but
I know he couldn't hear.
I don't think he could hear you though.
Man on, give it now. There we go. Pop it back again.
Nice.
Love that. Can you find someone? Feet. Okay, well done.
It's all right.
Jurado and go.
But yeah, everything you need and more from the United pre-season will be on Stretford Paddock. It'll be quality.
Oh, living it up in New York and having the best time.
Living it up in New York. Eating some good food.
Wonder if we can get through this pre-season without losing. Be a tough one.
I think we did quite well last year. Real Madrid. Did we do well last year?
Yeah, I think we did. We lost against the Spanish team, Sociedad, didn't we? 1-0. Yes. And we also lost against Atletico Madrid.
Well, Fred just picked him,
of course.
Because that João Felix bagged a nice finish against us.
That João Felix you mentioned before, obviously about trying to get him on loan. With Chelsea last year, anyone that played for them last year was a bit of an anomaly. It's probably the same with Mount. You can't really judge Mount or anyone else from last season. It's a bit like Rashford under Rangnick. You can't go, Rashford's rubbish because he was like, it's just, it was an outlier that season. Yeah. And so it still blows my mind that more teams aren't in for Felix because he is a very good player. Yeah.
Remember when
Atletico just were never the right fit for him, especially Diego Simeone's Atletico. I find it very strange that's where didn't they spend like 120 something million on him as well. Blows my mind. I think there's a lot of teams because of that amount of money. I think it limits where he can now go.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And Atletico, I don't really think are a team that can take such a loss on him. So I think it'll hinder him a little bit. I think another loan would be good, but if they're going to start asking for 15-20 million pound loan fees again, it'll kill him. It'd be pointless.
But they're gonna have to do something because they've let him go the once. I just don't want him going to Newcastle. I heard a little rumour, I don't know how many weeks ago, a month ago maybe.
I don't think he'd go to Newcastle. I think they've got good strikers, so I don't think that's a department that Newcastle need to look at.
So Maximan's going.
They're selling St. Maximan to sign Harvey Barnes, which is crazy.
That's a bit weird because I thought St. Maximan was like a real danger man. Although he's not got a lot of end product, he's still a real danger man, isn't he? He's like both. Like,
unless he's played against Wan-Bissaka, as we've seen so many times.
Put him to sleep.
Here's one from 603 Productions. Thoughts on playing lesser sides in pre-season? Bayern beat the side 20. I think he said 27.
Oh, it went to 27
nil.
Wow.
Is there something that you can learn from it?
Nothing. No. Absolutely nothing. That was just a favour from whoever that team is.
Apparently they do it every year though. Apparently they play them every season.
Really? Well,
to boost their morale.
Yeah,
their FIFA morale thing to put it right up.
I think it's their local Sunday League team in the area. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
27-0 is a bit mean, isn't it?
You can't go easy on teams. You play football.
Not easy on him, but not 27-0.
Yeah, but that's just passing the ball around and then it's just open goal. What, you can't just miss the goal. You can't go, oh, I'm not scoring.
Yeah, that's...
Wait a minute. Keeper, you're there. Nah, what we'll do is keep moving. No, we've got to get goals.
You could give it to like a Chelsea striker of the past 10 years and they'd probably miss anyway.
Exactly. They're poor finishing. They were poor.
They just can't seem to get a striker that is any good for them. I mean, Diego Costa was okay, but other than
that player, that was the kind of only type of player that fits for them. A player who can do things on their own.
And for some reason, Conte just wanted rid of him as soon as they won the league. There's something clearly happened at that point, but it was very strange.
Someone said that Onana has just landed in Manchester.
Yes. Did you see him?
Where you get that information from, Sam? I want to know. Have you been clocking his plane?
Take a picture.
Has he just landed? Let me know, Sam, what you know that we don't. When that breaks, and we do believe it might break later on today or tomorrow, we'll let you know. Yes. Onana maybe on his way.
Can't wait to see him playing.
Here we go.
I just can't wait to see the whole first team playing as well.
Yeah, that first game against Wolves is going to be very good. Yeah. I think we're playing on a Monday night as well, which is a little frustrating. But
is that the first game of the season? No, we don't have to wait for the weekend to finish.
I hate that.
Happens. When you see the rest of the team playing and you're the last. No.
Yeah, it's really frustrating when that has to happen. I mean,
I don't like being the Friday either. I don't like
I don't like the Friday either. I hate the Friday. Because the thing is, I always used to think if we win, it'll make the weekend all right. We don't have to worry. But then we always lost on Fridays. So it was like, awful. Well, it just ruined the weekend.
There was nothing like getting beaten in the kick-off.
Yeah, the early kick-off on a Saturday,
It really does. Especially if I'm working here and you've got to watch and I get beat. What am I going to do the rest of my weekend?
Wasn't I could be wrong, but wasn't the 6-3 against City the half-12 kick-off?
I think so, and I don't think it was 3. I thought you meant back in way back when we got beat 6-1. Yeah, 6-3 was an early one. I was here. It was awful. When we thought Martial was back because he scored 2 goals in 3 minutes.
It was a question on the little quiz on Radio Manchester the other day from... of
course it was.
From Nat, I think it was, who did it. And everyone, I think the City fans got it wrong,
actually. Oh, lovely. Nice little 1-2. That's not... Oh...
That was a little
foul against him.
All the Army favourites on Brandon Williams.
He's doing all right. You a fan of Williams? You wanted him, didn't you?
I didn't even know he'd come on, if I'm being completely honest. But
he's all right.
Yeah, he's
got a good engine. I like the way he works so hard.
He tries. That's all I care for. Best, as long as you work hard, it's especially the academy lads. You've always just got to give them that little bit of benefit of the doubt. I'll openly admit I'm biased towards them just because they're from where I am. They're living my dream of playing for Man United. Yeah, I think I'm 27 now, so I think I'm a bit past my prime to play for the Premier League. Yeah. Just,
you never know. Get a call up. Playing one of the charity football games. It's become really, really famous to get called up to Soccer Aid.
I played in a charity game. Well, not as big as Soccer Aid, but I played at a charity game last year at Trafford. My mates.
Oh yeah. What was it?
It was my friend's dad unfortunately passed away, and we raised a load of money for the British Art Foundation.
Brilliant.
It was at the Medicide team, and everyone got back together and played basically.
Lovely. So you filled out the little ground there.
There was I think about. I'm trying to think how many were there. It must have been about 500 people that came and watched us.
Oh,
Yeah, not bad.
So it was dead good, and it was nice to play on a proper football pitch as well. Obviously, I mean, I only played 20 minutes, played at left back, but there was that many of us that came and wanted to show how. Yeah. So it was such a good fun day.
Must be nervous that 500 people. I know, and if you've played it a lot more, but
it was terrifying. But Tom, he's called, the son of the guy who passed away. He was really nervous, but he did his dad proud that day.
Yeah, that's good. It's lovely playing with people watching. It's the best feeling ever.
But it was just it was so much support and stuff. It was strange really, because obviously it's just normal people. We weren't expecting that, but
it is funny when you see like when you talk about, because I'm really into music. When you talk about big bands and they play in front of thousands of people, and players do that week in, week out.
Yeah.
So that same pressure, that same
I bet they don't even notice it though anymore.
They don't feel like pressure though.
It's playing football in front of 80,000 people and at the peak of the powers. It must add an element to the game, right?
Yeah, it does. It definitely does.
I think you could see that. Oh, they are. Johnny Evans is 27. I think it probably does though. But you could see that the most when it was lockdown. Lockdown football. There was definitely a difference in the football, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Who do you think was your? Can you remember the biggest game for you? Oh, here we go, United.
Old Trafford probably.
Yeah.
Newcastle away was big.
That must have been
that was a nice one.
Playing at Old Trafford, I mean, in the Premier League must have been an amazing feeling.
Yeah. That's the best. Like, that's the one game that I can remember, like, on the coach, just looking at the stadium as we were coming round to go to the, where you obviously the coach parks up, because I needed to savour that feeling, because I supported United since 5 years old, like, and now I'm playing against United. I'm sitting there like, I've had my food, we're on the coach, getting up to the ground. I'm like, I'm going into play.
Yeah,
I'm actually going into play here.
That was a surreal feeling. Was there anything that happened that day that particularly stands out for you? Like, did you speak to Ferguson?
You scored.
Oh, did you score?
Yeah, scored. We lost 2-1, but I scored. 3-1. We lost 3-1. But look, I remember my son and Rio Ferdinand's son were best friends in the same class at school. So I see Rio every day.
All right.
So then when we're playing against each other, I'm obviously now playing against him. So, and then we swap shirts and that. So that was funny. Yeah.
Did you want to run to the Stretford end, celebrate? Be like, oh no.
Nah, I didn't even know which side. I was just like, you know what? I just want to score. And the thing is, I didn't even see my goal. It's weird. Like, I headed it and I span around when I headed, and then everyone was shouting, and I was like,
did it go
bloody hell! What happened? How did I score? What happened? Like, how did it go in?
Did you celebrate and go mad, or were you like, oh, it's the team I support?
The thing is, you want to score against the team you support, and you want to win at the same time, because you're playing now, so it's not the same feeling when you're playing against your team. You love them, but you still want to just beat them in that game. Yeah. But if anyone's going to win the league, you want United to win the league. If you get what I mean, if you're not playing against,
if you don't win, you want them to win.
Yeah. So that's how it felt. But yeah, it was the best feeling ever, to be fair, to just be on the field against Rooney, against the boys.
Did you get anyone's shirt or anyone off?
Swap with Rio.
That's amazing. Do you have a little collection of your shirts in your house?
Yeah, well, I put them in my garage actually, in a box.
Nice.
So yeah, I've got quite a few of them.
Dust them off, have a little look at some of them.
Yeah.
All in frames. What's the best one you've got? Probably Rio.
Rio's obviously the top one, Man United, but obviously took a few of my teammates. Kanu obviously is a big one from the Arsenal days, when obviously, but he was at the West Brom. Wright Phillips, remember taking Wright Phillips, but it's just like Sean Davis. I grew up around Sean Davis is in my area in London, so he went to Fulham, didn't he, and played there. You probably might not remember him.
I don't really remember.
So I'm saying he was a good player for Fulham when they came up. So them years when Saha was at Fulham, and then obviously they got to the Premiership, and then we bought him from there. Well, that was the years when Sean Davis was there, the years I grew up. But this is the crazy thing. How old are you as well?
28.
See? You're 27. Think about it. 20 years ago, you're 7. And I'm playing in the Premier when you lot were 7.
Premier League.
I'm 21, 22 at that time, and you're 7. So you're not going to remember what... Well, no, vividly remember players playing. I don't remember any players in the Prem.
United charging forward here.
Trying to get a
not
second.
personally watching, knowing players at that age, I didn't know all the squad, the other teams, apart from Man United. All I knew was every United player because you had the cards and you just reading every player at United. Paul Parker and all them boys. McClare and all them.
I was in Mulligan's not that long ago and Peter Reid and I think it was I can't remember who it was now. I think it was Viv Anderson was in there with him. And Mike Phelan was in there as well.
Short shorts. Mike Phelan, I remember Thingy scoring the goal in the cup. What's his name? He was a striker. He come on off the bench and scored. What's his name?
Who's this for you?
Our boys from back in the day when we scored in the Cup Winners' Cup. Oh. Who scored that goal now? Somebody in the. I remember his name.
Winners' Cup in '91.
What's his name?
Steve Howson and Jay and all them are going mad at us right now.
Oh my gosh! I can't believe I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name.
They absolutely adore that game as well. They go on about it all the time.
So they absolutely love it.
Was it the FA Cup as well? The boys
McClare, Hughes,
no.
Sharp, Robson, Ince, Phelan, Blackmore, Pallister, Bruce, Irwin.
Mark Robbins.
Oh, in the FA Cup, was it the FA Cup?
The FA Cup, wasn't it? And he come on and scored.
Mark Robbins.
Yes.
That was who
Legend.
saved Fergie's job, wasn't it? Apparently.
Yeah. Mark Robbins was the one I remember coming on.
When it's the 86th minute now, the game's in a little. Do you reckon there'll be much added time? There probably won't be.
No, they don't like it.
There's not been any injuries either. Not many like stoppages.
No, there hasn't really. I mean, the referees kind of let the game flow.
One thing I'm seeing is quite a lot of love for Evans. Evans still got it. Says Andy rocks.
Yeah, he's not pressured too much. Right?
Johnny is solid. Buffy, whatever said. Yeah, I know what you're saying. He's not.
His quality on the ball, you can see, he's just like calm and relaxed. But they're not even pressuring him. So we'll see when he plays against like an Arsenal in the next game.
I genuinely think they will give him a season. I think they'll give him a year. Like I said before about getting the right side sorted next summer. But I think they'll give him a year.
Yeah.
He'll do a solid job for us. I think they'll give him a year if Maguire goes. If he doesn't, I don't think they'll keep him. But he'll definitely get a good Premier League move.
I'd take him over Thingy, by the way.
So when it comes to actually looking Ten Hag analysing this game here, when United pushed forward, they did really well in the first half. We got the goal in the second. What players do you think, Callum, may stand out from the entire 20 players we've seen in this game?
I think Mainu. I think it's quite obvious that he's very highly coveted at United. But that first half, I was really impressed with him. What's his first name? Is it Dan or something? I don't know, but that goal is properly.
Yeah, Dan Gore. He's
really getting into them.
Ahmad as well caused chaos as well straight away from when he came
I'm really looking forward to seeing how that Manu does this season. I think he's really highly coveted in the academy. A lot of fans have been going on about him, and he's done really well so far pre-season. So hopefully he can sort of break through.
I think when it comes
just
to
Ahmad, aren't you? Ahmad
no, what it is like when the teams are so mixed up that you don't have a lot of the first team in, it's hard to really do well. So I want to see like Ahmad in with the first team. I want to see the other young boys. You remember like Fernandez left back. I want to see him with the rest of the full first team.
Yeah.
I want to see how they do when they're right in there with the full first team, and then I'll know when they're ready, if they're ready.
It'd be half a likes of Fernandez, obviously with Shaw and Malacia in front of him as well. So these kind of games will help him play for a move elsewhere, possibly on loan.
But like Arsenal game coming up, they're going to play more of the first team. So you're going to see Casemiro, you're going to see Rashford now, and you're going to see Fernandez play left back.
You kind of want to win that game, don't you?
Yeah, you
really want to.
Is Shaw injured? Did you say he's not injured? Is he?
No, he's not injured.
Yeah, so he'll probably start as well. But then second half, he'll probably not. He'll be off the pitch, and then you're going to see Fernandez probably come on. But again, you're going to have.
Well, that was naughty.
A lot of the players who are more likely to be squad players playing in them games. Garnacho's probably going to play. So now you got more close to a first team where them passes are not just off. They're the passes from Bruno who will be on now, and now you're going to get more chances to get goals. So it's just one of them things, isn't it? You want to see how they can do with the first team, not just all with the youth team. You already seen what they're like in youth, and they play every week with each other. But how can they do when they play with the first team? That's all that matters.
Possible opportunity for Man United in the dying moments of the game to make it 2. Referee's going to blow the whistle pretty much straight away at 90.
And you know he's a free kick taker, don't you?
Ooh, Fred.
This is the thing. He's a free kick taker.
He is, but that wasn't the best
Yeah, I
example
know.
of
I'm saying, but we didn't even know. But he is a free. He actually took free kicks for.
Really?
Yeah, I was thinking.
Official
what do you
Sandal
do?
says the referee is mental. Yeah, he's played a crazy game. And this is what happens when the full-time whistle goes to doing a review straight away. So stick with us. We'll talk about what we've learnt from the game, what we can learn coming up in pre-season. We know it's pre-season. We know that we've had a lot to talk about in terms of players and stuff.
Another win.
So hopefully, fingers crossed, unless Lyon get a little equaliser here, it's another win. It's 2 on the bounce. Happy days.
2 on the bounce, bit of confidence for the young ones as well.
Go on, ref. Let's get the win.
With last chance, won't it? And then he'll blow.
Yeah. There we go. It's over.
Lovely.
Minute he turns around. See you later.
And that is that. Man United have beaten Lyon 1-0. Give us a little snippet of your full-time thoughts, Nathan.
Donny van der Beek gets his goal and obviously back on the comeback. And we're looking like we got a good little group of youngsters coming through. And let's see who can rise above and stake their claim for this season.
Callum?
Yeah, really impressed with the young guys. Good to see Johnny Evans back. Cracking goal from Donny as well. Hopefully we can see a different Donny this season. Obviously had a bad injury last season as well. So, but yeah, really proud of the guys. Happy with another win.
Amazing. Nathan, where can we find your stuff? The Twitter?
Dukes United Show and at Dukes United Show everything, isn't it?
Brilliant.
The Twitter is Nathan Ellington 9.
Get on that. I think everything's in the description. Callum, yourself?
At _Callum Stone on Twitter, theunitedroad.com on a website, and sometimes on the Weekly Armchair on YouTube as well. Check that out too.
Get that involved. And Sloppy Joe's podcast with me and Joe Smith. Get watching that. It's not United stuff, but it's good fun. And it's filming it. Right, review up and coming in just a few moments' time, so stay right there. We have been Callum, Nathan and Joe. We'll see you in a bit. United won 1-0 as well.